Welcome to GG33 Spaces, the best show you can find on midnight on a fucking Sunday night. So, let me address some things that I know people want me to talk about. First thing I want to talk about is 2023. I would like to say it's been extremely successful year. Extremely successful. Um, if you guys recall, January 2023, I had a influencers get together in January, back when no one knew what my name was except for people into numerology and politicians and a couple billionaires and some athletes and some other people. But let's face it, if 100 people knew me last year, 100,000 know me this year, and that was the whole plan. I mean, go back to my tweets from January. Go back to my tweets from February where I said, I'm taking this bitch over. And that's exactly what I did because, see, you guys like to lie. You lie to other people, you lie to yourselves. I don't lie. I don't lie. I tell people uncomfortable truths. And, some people have a issue with how I tell those things. And that's fine. You're not on here to love everybody and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, numerology is now more mainstream than it ever has been in world history, at least in modern world history. And that is a direct correlation to me and the army I built up called GG33. Now, you see, there's other armies on Twitter. There's armies that are way bigger than GG33 on Twitter, but they're not the same. You see, GG33 consists of billionaires, consists of athletes, consists of hedge fund managers, consists of some extremely intelligent people. And you know what? When I actually get old, I know you guys are saying I'm 70 and 60 years old. When I'm actually 60 and 70, I'm going to love the fact that my students are going to dominate. Right now, it's just me and, you guys know a few other guys. In the future, it's going to be very different. In the future, it'll be like, oh, where'd this guy come? Oh, GG3. Oh, another GG. Oh, another GG. That's how it's going to be. Because my people are going to dominate my field. You know, a lot of people like to talk about, who's the top guy in the game. I'm going to make this abundantly clear. Whether it be Andrew Tate, Aiden Ross, or any of these other fucking clowns. None of you dominate your field the way I do. Absolutely none of you. And you know what's funny? While some of you guys have bigger followings than me, guess what? You're followed by brokies. You're followed by plebs. You're followed by little homosexuals. I'm followed by people who matter, people with high IQ levels. You're followed by whores. I'm followed by women. I'm followed by mothers. I'm followed by people who actually want to better themselves, whether they be in America, Saudi Arabia, Japan, China. My stuff's international. Inter-freaking national. Do you know there's GG3 clubs in at least 60 freaking countries around the world? That's about 33%. Oh, look at that number again. There are literally GG33 clubs all over the world. I gotta say, I'm happy with what happened this year. I'm extremely happy. But let's face it, guys. This is just the first push. 2024, it's not going to be the same type of growth. We're going to have growth, but it's not going to be the same because people are going to be focused on that bag in 2024 as they should. But then comes 2025, the year I've been waiting for a long time. And when the snake year hits, because that's what 2025 is, people who are born in snake years will fucking completely take over. And that's exactly what's going to happen. I promise every single one of you guys listening, that's exactly what's going to happen. Now let's talk about present. Because, I got about 1.3, 1.4 billion views. You know what? You know what I'm most proud of? I didn't have to kiss anyone's ass. I didn't have to be put on by someone. No one came to me and says, yo, Gary, I'm going to make you. I made my fucking self. That I'm extremely proud of. I would have, trouble sleeping at night if I was like, someone else that got put on by someone else. And I knew my success is a direct correlation because of him. I would have trouble sleeping at night. Now, I'm not saying all of you guys should have the same trouble. I'm a 33. I expect way, way more from myself than some of you guys. But I'm extreme, like Frank fucking Sinatra said, I did it my way. I'm vulgar. I fucking talk mad shit. I'm very offensive. And some of you guys keep telling me, yo, Gary, if you actually were a little bit nicer and you stop using the word whore, even though that's exactly what they are, you'd probably be bigger. Yeah, you're right. I would be. But I'd be bigger with people who don't matter. If you're offended by the truth, I don't want you to learn from me. As a matter of fact, for the people out there who are offended by me, great. You're probably a homosexual fucking whore. And that's why my words are offensive to you. So I get it. I completely get it. But that's the whole point. I'm offensive to make sure I weed those people out. You want to know another difference between me and every single other person out there? I have GG33 Academy. Anyone can sign up to that. 98 bucks a month and, the cheapest thing I ever offered in my life. But if you want to join my main group, where bronze is 3,995 and gold is 21,995. And by the way, I reject people. Try to go on my website. Go on GG33Academy.com. Go on GG33classes.com. You can't buy into my classes. You can go to the war room and buy in. Just send them the money. You're right in. Any other group in the fucking world, you can join just by paying. Can't do that with me. You got to pass the interview. And if I think you're a fucking whore, you're not getting in. If I know that you voted for Joe Biden or some Democratic fucking pedophile scum, you're not getting in. Period. You cannot buy me off, folks. I might not have fuck you money. I have a little bit of fuck you money. And I have a lot of pride and a lot of morality. I know that's something you people are missing. It's called morality. I know you're missing that stuff, guys. Should take some lessons on it. That stuff actually matters. I didn't say anything about being religious. I said morality. Morality matters. I'm going to tell you another thing. When it comes down to it, if you're talking shit to me in tweets or anything like that, and you're rich, cool. That's fine. If you're rich, you can do that. But if you're broke and you got nothing happening, what the fuck are you doing? You have no right to talk shit to anybody if you don't have any money. That's just how the game works, folks. Don't hate the messenger. Do not hate the messenger. You can hate the message all you want to. It's not going to change. As to current events, you know, a lot of these Aiden loyals, they don't really know who I am. So let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little bit about my past. I was beefing with Andrew Tate before he became famous. Me and him would go at it for years. And then when he got to be famous, I went after him 24/7. Some of you guys are saying, oh my God, why is he attacking Aiden all 24/7? I did Tate worse. I did Tate a lot worse. I also said that fucking bitch would go to fucking prison before the end of the year in 2022. And that's exactly what happened. And I'm going to fucking say this right now about Aiden Ross. He's going to have problems by the end of the year. Before February 2024, he's going to have big legal issues. A lot of you guys are saying, well, Gary, what are you so mad for? A lot of people get swatted. Okay. There's a lot of whores and fucking broke people in the world too. I ain't one of them. There's some people you can go in the streets for and shoulder check and they won't do anything. There's some people you can go in the streets, smack them and they won't do anything. But you know, sometimes you run into that guy who's fucking very vengeful and takes shit personally. Because see, I consider myself better than most of you fucking. You have no right to swat me. I'm too good for that shit. But, you know, I understand you didn't know you were swatting me. You thought you were swatting Zerka. You thought you were swatting Heel Mike. I get it. I get it. You thought you were going to swat those guys. You had no idea you were swatting me. And if you swat, and everyone else you swatted, oh, it's like, whatever. They'll bitch and complain a little bit. Not me. I'll go to the feds. And for those people calling me a snitch, you fucking, you call the police on me. Remember my strategy. You throw a rock at me, I throw a brick at you. So here's what it is. Doxing itself is not illegal. It's true. Doxing is not illegal, but it's against platform rules. You can't dox people on social media. It's against their rules. That's a fact. But let's get beyond that because I want to start this big hassle if someone just happened to dox me. Someone happened to swat me. Now, good thing that I anticipated something like this could happen. And I made friends with all the cops in the area so they knew who the fuck I was. I told them they knew exactly who I was on the internet. Fuck, I've given the cops so many numerology readings in this city. They're never coming fucking guns blazing in this fucking house. I prepared. I completely prepared for what you people were going to do because I expected it. But you see, when I get evidence that mods and Aiden's chat encouraged this type of behavior, we'll see now it becomes criminal. Swatting is criminal. Fact. People have been killed because of swatting. This is no joke. You send fucking police into people's houses with guns, things can happen. And people went to prison for that. Now I understand you little fucking 16, 17-year-old kids don't care. Well, one day you're going to be in prison and you're going to be holding ankles and then you will care. It doesn't matter who you are, me, Tate, you. Karma comes for everybody. Some people a little bit quicker than others, but karma comes for fucking everybody. So, I have talked to literally one of the richest men in the world, and he's going to fund my lawsuit. Not that I'm a millionaire, I can't fund it myself, but let's not kid ourselves. I'm rich, but I'm not making 50 million a year like Aiden. You know, because I don't do degeneracy. I'm not going to pretend I'm a fucking homosexual for ratings. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to fucking sniff Tate's chair after he gets up. Fucking degenerate piece of shit. But people who are willing to do that, they're going to get big bucks because the elite want people to influence the kids. Why was Aiden Ross chosen? He's born on the 11th, just like Joe Rogan, just like Alex Jones. They knew people would follow him. You get that, you little fucking called Aiden's loyals? They elite played you. They put him in a position of power because he's born on the 11th, just like Rogan and all the others, and I knew you would follow them. And then they made sure he would do some homosexual shit. Oh, he says bad things about trans. Okay, so he's not completely woke. Aiden Ross is a negative influence. That's what he spreads. Absolutely negative influence. That's just a fact. So there will be a lawsuit filed on this. I don't give a fuck if the fag fucking goes to LA. I don't care. And by the way, I will not be talking shit to any of his associates except for his mods. Like, I don't even know these fucking names. Sweater God or Cheerio. I don't, whatever these fucking. I'll go after those guys, but I have no issues with Neon. Other people who he deals with follow me, and I've done content with them. I have no issues with them. This is strictly for Aiden and his mods. This is what needs to be done. I will file a lawsuit against him, Kick, and Eddie because they're using Kick's platform to basically dox. And from what I understand, the FBI has started tracking swatting incidents this year. When I was at the FBI offices, they pointed out there is over 150 swatting incidents this year. This year alone, 150. There's a good chance that over 100 of them have came from Aiden's loyals. Do you understand what's going on here? This little terrorist group is the source of most of the swatting in America. You don't think the FBI is going to want to take a look at that? Oh, trust me, they were looking into that stuff before I went to them. Now I'm getting pounds and tons of evidence just shipped to me every single day in DMs. Every time someone gets swatted, every time someone gets doxxed, I get a copy of it. I got receipts. No one's ever done that. I got receipts now. And you know what I'm going to do with those receipts? I'm going to cash them in. But for those people who think I'm just going after him, I want to make this clear. If Aiden fixes his chat room, I would drop the lawsuit. Aiden has to fix the chat room. The mods have to do their fucking job. You can't ban Zerka's name or Hugh Mike and Gary, but if someone gets doxxed, you promote them and you don't get rid of them. You can't do that, guys. You cannot do that. So I mean, it's a simple solution. Make sure the chat is delayed by 1 minute, just like on radio. When you go on the radio station, everything is delayed by about 15 seconds. So if someone swears, they can cut it out before it goes out on air. Same thing that you can do with the chat room. If you're having a problem with your people in there because they're doxing, well, guess what? Make sure the chat is delayed by 90 seconds, 2 minutes. Hire some freaking good mods. I mean, we all know you can afford them. How much do these mods actually cost? You're telling me you can't spend a couple $1,000s a week You're making hundreds of millions on Kick. You can't spend a couple thousand a week paying mods to get rid of stuff, to keep people safe, to keep people from potentially dying. Of course you can. It needs to be changed. And that's what I'm saying. I need to see that. People need to see that. Second, Aiden was talking shit to Zerka. He said, man, if someone was offering me 200K, I'd get in the ring. Okay, brother, I'll offer you 200K. I will offer Aiden Ross 200K cash to get in the ring with me. All you have to do is whoop my ass. You can take my money. You don't have to put up shit. Did you hear me? You don't even have to put up any money. Come get my 200K. You said you were talking shit to Zerka. You said you would do it. So here's your opportunity. 200K, get in the ring with me. I mean, I think there's a ring in the gym of a certain building in downtown Miami. Very close to both of us. Knowing I'm going to move in there very soon, we can just go in there. Yeah, we know what it is, guys. We know exactly what it is. You see, I'm not a brokey like you guys. All these people who fear Aiden Ross, oh, I gotta be nice to Aiden because I want the kick deal. I can't say anything bad about Aiden. He might get rid of me. I don't do that. I don't need a Kick deal. As a matter of fact, man, I haven't posted on Kick since they came out with their new rules, which kind of look like Twitch's rules, which kind of look like they're fucking getting woke. So ever since they came out with the new rules, I stopped using Kick because I'm a man of integrity. Let me say that word again, integrity. Something a lot of you guys lack. 500 people in here, not bad. Moving on. If Aiden does nothing, he's gonna have problems legally. Again, I want to make this clear. I'm not threatening any physical violence in any way whatsoever. I'm offering him 200K to get in the ring with me. He has to put up no money. Very easy. I mean, he said he'd do it. Let's see if he's a man of his word, which I doubt. Remember when he was talking to me and he basically said, "No one knows who you are," and I'm like, I started talking shit to him. I'm like, well, that's why Tate dropped. He's like, well, Tate doesn't like you that much either. Oh, so you actually do know who I am. You see how these people lie? I've done content with almost every single person he's done content with, and you think he doesn't know who the hell I am? Come on, man. Let's be real. Let's be fucking real. So now that we said that, and by the way, enjoy your trip to LA. Because you know there's going to be a lawsuit filed on you real quickly, so you're getting out of town, huh? Someone told you I was moving downtown Miami, so you decided to get out, huh? All good, brother. All good, brother. You can't run from the law, and you sure as hell can't run from the FBI. You will, motherfuckers, will regret coming after me because you see, this is where the Chinese astrology comes in. Snakes live for revenge. I live for that shit. That shit fucking gets me excited like I was a fucking 15-year-old with a fucking boner for the first time. That shit gets me excited. I already got money. Money don't excite me. Another half a million, million, two, three. That's not, I mean, I'd love to have it, extra 3 mil, but that's not going to change my life almost in any way whatsoever. Now, 100 million would. So, well, I'm not going to pretend like I'm flexing like that. But, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. One of my favorite sayings in the world. I'm going to open up this chat real soon. If you're a GG3 supporter, you want to talk, or if you're one of these other people who want to talk shit, I don't care. You're welcome on. I'll open this up real quick, but one thing is, don't be a bitch. If you got something to say, hit that request. Last week, good NFL Sunday. Fuck the Browns, who lost the game in the final minute, cost me around $60K and potential more winnings, but going 9-5 against the NFL line over 60%. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. My subscribers are happy. I'm happy. It is what it is. And see, that's the difference between real numerologists and these little fucking bitches who copy and paste everything I do. See, you can take my tweets, copy and paste them, and pretend like you know what you're talking about to newbies. But when it comes to making money off gambling, when it comes to making money off the stock market, when it comes to finding the right person, oh, that's what you need a real numerologist for. You can't copy and paste that shit. Because I didn't teach you guys how to do it. That's why you can't copy and paste it, because I didn't teach you how to do it. Statistically speaking, 83% of women are not loyal. 83%, 5 out of 6, are not loyal. Which means no matter if you're listening to red pill, blue pill, or whatever the fuck else is out there, you're most likely to fail. You ever listen to these red pill guys or all these other guys? You ever listen to them? All they say is, you need a housewife. She has to look good. She has to be completely loyal. She has to raise the kids. Yo, that's what I have. That's what I had for about 2 decades. All these people saying, oh, she's only with you because you're rich. Bro, she was with me when I was broke for 8 years. She would have left. I was broke. See, that's the difference between me and everyone else. I could pull them when I didn't have any money. Flat out. Now, a lot of you guys want to talk shit. Oh, you're overweight. I'm in my 40s, guys. In my 20s, it was different. Wait till you guys get a little older. You'll see that metabolism doesn't work as fast. You'll see that. But at the end of the day, when I was 25, I would have whooped 85% of your asses out there. Now that I'm in my 40s, I'll probably whoop about 75% of your asses. I'm 240. I'm not 260 like Briley Martin. I'm 240. I hit like a fucking truck. I'm waiting for someone to come on my property, have the cameras rolling so I can break someone's fucking jaw. I'm waiting. Now, I'm not going to go out there and do it myself. But all these people were talking all this garbage. Bro, I went to prison for fucking knocking out a cop. Yeah, go ahead. Look at my records. You think I care? 1998. I went to prison for beating the fuck out of a police officer. Yeah, I was a hothead back then. If I do that to a cop, what do you think I'd do to you? Yeah, look it up. It's not hard. See, that's the thing. I have no skeletons in my closet. No one can blackmail me for anything. I put the stuff out there. And you know what? I don't care. You know what? I don't care. Because my billionaire clients don't care. And if my billionaire clients don't care, I don't care. Gary, how'd you find these billionaires? Not on Twitter, that's for sure. Who do you think? You're going to find the top 0.001% on Twitter? What are you, out your fucking mind? No, you'll never find those type of people on Twitter. You know what you will find? You'll find people who are extremely rich. They don't listen to the news. They don't listen to Twitter. They only listen to word of mouth. One billionaire to another. And that's how it works. That's how I have billionaires that I advise. Because I do a good job with one and 5 more start coming. And for the people who think, oh, Gary, number one, numerology is bullshit. Well, you're a fucking moron. I'm not. The only, men lie, women lie, only numbers don't lie. This diverse reality. This is a matrix. If you're too stupid not to know that, then be fucking gone, fucking troll. That's a fact. For the ones who say, oh, well, we know numerology isn't real. You didn't invent it either. No, I didn't invent it. You're right. But all the information I figured out is not on the internet. Yeah, it's possible they had that information in Babylonian time, and I'm sure the Rothschilds knew it. But I'm the first one who came from nothing, had no teacher. Yeah, that's right, folks. No one taught me shit. Remember that stuff I used to tell you guys? I'm proud because I did it my way. I had no teachers. Zero. Yeah, someone taught me how to read and write like the rest of you, but no one taught me how to use advanced numerology. No one taught me how to apply this stuff to sports, stocks, relationships. I figured that out myself, trial and error. And it's literally impossible for anyone else to figure it out because you haven't talked to 30,000 people. And when you talk to that many people, you start picking up on patterns no one else will see. So unless you're willing to go out there and spend a decade talking to people left and right, you're never going to get to my level. That's why people sign up with me. That's why people sign a non-disclosure so I can teach them. You guys ever wonder if all my stuff is on the internet, like all you guys claim, why are people paying me 20, 6, 4K and they're not upset? Because obviously that's not the case. For God's sake, I taught people how to fucking figure out when people are going to die within 65% accuracy. We see it working every freaking week, but I'm not going to say anything about it. Why? Because I'm not going to help anyone reverse engineer. Because what I figured out is you NPCs out there, once you figure out something is real, then you try to figure out how you can steal it. There's literally accounts on Twitter who are copying and pasting my tweets from 2, 3 years ago and talking shit to me at the same time while trying to sell my free information I've given out to people for free. I mean, these people deserve to be in the ground. They'll get there at some point too. That's the way the world works. One of the things I'm very happy I decided to do was to have a non-disclosure, have a paywall. And it's in having a paywall, like something for 10, $20, no one cares. They're going to just dox that shit. They're going to get rid of it because it doesn't cost anything. You have to have a high price. You have to have a high price. Why? Because someone paid a high price, they're much more less likely to give that shit to someone else. And to the people out there who say, oh, knowledge should be free. Let me tell you something. The Hute said it best. If you don't want to pay for knowledge, you're definitely going to pay for not having it. You're definitely, and by the way, for people out there who are, purchasing information from other numerologists who are brokies, why would you want to learn from people who are broke? I mean, listen, I understand I'm overweight, but I'm not out here fucking selling bodybuilding courses, am I? And if I was, it'd be a joke. But that's pretty much what these other numerologists are doing. They're all frauds. The only ones who are real are the ones who are on GG33's banner. That's it. All right. Wise Cat, Nobel. And you guys want to be a moderator? Put your hand up if you do. Wise Cat or Nobel? Do you guys want to be the co-host? Okay, Wise Cat has decided that he wants to be it, so he is the co-host. Are you there, brother?
Yes, I am. Can you even hear me?
Yes, I can. How you doing today on this glorious Sunday?
I'm filled with glorious purpose. I feel great. I'm still stuck on that stat you said about 20 minutes ago. You said 83% of women are disloyal. Now,
100%.
playing devil's advocate, people say, what's your source on that? Where you get what makes you say that? Because that's really demoralizing for most young guys coming up. 83% is a high number. So that's
I think it's exactly what it should be. I'll give you an example. There was a woman by the name of Mariah Carey. A lot of people know her, a famous singer. Her husband who made her husband who found her cutting hair. She was living in poverty. He basically made her into a superstar, made her into probably having about 100 million. And what she do? Soon she had her bag and soon she had her money, she left and she became a whore. There's another fucking bitch called SS Sniper. A guy came up to her that she was dating with the idea that, yo, I'll play the games, but you do the talking, and since you're pretty, guys will follow. It worked like a charm. She was in poverty, and because she was with this guy, she probably has about 20, 30 mil now. And what happened after she got that bag? He's gone.
kicked him to the curb. Yeah.
So again, women have very, very little loyalty. Now, if you're a woman listening to this and you're like, yo, Gary, that's not me. Okay, cool. Don't get offended what I'm saying because I'm not talking to you. You're in the 17%. But most women, they have no sense of loyalty. They will use you for your resources. And as soon as they have fucking squeezed all the juice out the lemon, they will throw you out like the fucking trash. Now, that might have been a lower percentage in the 1950s because environment matters. But in the year 2023, I think 83% might actually be a little bit low at this point.
Yeah.
Women are not loyal, guys. I'm going to tell you this right now. There's only certain traits that you can look for people in numerology and astrology that will figure out if these women are much more likely to be loyal. And then again, like people will be like, well, what the fuck do you know? Well, I've been married for 20 years for the same woman. And guess what? I could have married a majority of extremely good looking women, but I went with the one who I knew was going to be loyal. Because that's the most important thing, loyalty. See, most of you people, if you don't know how to be loyal, you don't know how to love. Because if you don't know how to show loyalty, you won't be able to know how to show love to somebody. And if you can't show love, you most likely don't have a soul. And ladies, you could be, it's debatable if you even have one, but if you're born with one and then you fucking get ran through, you better believe just like your fucking virginity, you lost your soul as well. You want me to get into it? You want me to get into it?
Cook, man. You cooking.
I really will get into it.
Do it. Go all the way in.
I really will get into it.
This has to be said.
I really will get into it, man. Guys, first of all, ladies, I understand most guys are pieces of fucking trash too. That's what happens when a majority of society is raised by a single mother. When they don't have any father figures. See, a lot of these men are emotional now. Why? Because they never had a father to put discipline in them. So I'll give you an example. When my kids cry, I get in their fucking face. You better stop crying or I'm going to give you something to cry about. I get in their fucking face. Nothing pisses me off more than when I see my kids cry. And I'm not talking about if they fucking fell and they hurt themselves. Obviously, kids are going to cry in that situation. I'm talking about, oh, something didn't go their way. Their feelings were hurt. They're going to start crying. I didn't fucking raise some fucking women. I didn't raise girls. I raised fucking boys who are going to be men. And my boys are going to know not to fucking cry because you know what? A woman can fucking cheat on a man and then she could be and then the fucking simp beta male will take her back. If a man fucking cries, no one gives a fuck. That's just the way the world works. And then there's going to be women who are like, oh my God, Gary, men have to have an emotional side too. You're right. Beta ass bitches have to have an emotional side.
They're like emotional
Not,
intelligence, emotional intelligence.
what the fuck is emotional intelligence? This is like a made up word. I read the psychology books. It makes no sense. That's a fucking oxymoron. You either have emotion or logic. It's one in a second.
It's like a
Like basically that's emotional intelligence is like fucking having me go in there and fucking coach bodybuilders.
yeah.
It's the same difference.
It's like the people.
The same fucking difference.
It's like the people who aren't smart try to put themselves in the way. Hey, you're either smart or dumb. There's no in between. But I have
emotional intelligence has as much value as a born again virgin. It's all a fucking fraud. Emotional intelligence. The fuck out of here. These stupid fucking universities teach that shit. Fucking just not, and then they fucking put this stuff in the women's head. Oh, we're just as smart as men. Why are your fucking brains 15% smaller? Why? I always point this out. Women only have rights because men give it to them. Men die for rights. Men go to war and die, and then someone's gonna be like, "Oh, there's women out there too." Yeah, 1 out of 100. Okay, cool. I'm sure there's some UFC women who can whoop my ass. I'm sure there's a few out there. You're not gonna find any women on the streets who are gonna whoop my ass though, because I'm a man. And by the way, those UFC women who would whoop my ass, any man in the UFC would whoop their ass. You know what the funniest thing I've watched this week? It was the fifth ranked soccer women's team in the world, the Australian women's team. They were playing some 15-year-old boys, and the 15-year-old boys won 7-0. These WNBA lesbian fucking whores. Oh, we need more money. We need more. No, you don't. You should be happy you're fucking getting paid anything at all. Why? Because women don't support women. There's more women in America than men. Why is the NBA making more money? Because men actually go out there and spend their money while women do not support their own. They just talk all of that fucking nonsense, but they ain't about that shit. They really are not about that shit. Lastly, before we hit the callers, 2 points. Number one, 1860s, the black man got the right to vote. In 1850s, that same black man who got the right to vote was considered 3/5 of a person, and they were not considered equal at all. But you know what? The racist white farmers of that age, of that era, thought more of people who they thought were beneath them. They thought more of black men who they consider 3/5 of a person than their own women. I want to repeat that again. Black men got the right to vote 1860. White women didn't get the right to vote till 1920. Facts. Facts. Even the racist people knew. Oh, well, you know what? If it comes, I mean, hell, they probably would have given their fucking dogs the right to vote before women. What's that passage in the Bible that compares women to dogs? And again, if you're a woman, listen to me. I have nothing but respect for women. I have nothing but respect for good mothers. It's just the 80% of whores I have a trouble with. And the reason I have trouble with them is because women, single mothers, are the biggest problem in society. A single mother has a child. The child's born with no discipline. It's going to be a beta male, and it's going to be a negative on society. Crime, corruption, 85% of rapists are raised by single mothers. So they cause this problem, and then these beta males grow up, and then they don't know how to have relationships with women. All they know how to do is, oh, let's go on OnlyFans and jack off. That's all they know. These people are pathetic. You know, the Bible has been rewritten probably hundreds of times. There's evidence of this. The Quran has never been rewritten, but the Bible has. And there's a passage in the Bible where it says they were about to stone an adulterous woman, and Jesus saved her. I think that's misinformation. I think that if someone wasn't as enlightened as Jesus, that he wouldn't have prevented the her from being stoned. He would have been casting the stones himself. Because you might look at it and be like, yo, that's barbaric. How can you stone women because they just, open their legs to a different man? But you see what happens in society when that's not held in check. Poverty, corruption, decay. That's all that comes from it. And the government, oh, they're going to love this shit. They love promoting it because if there's no strong family unit, a house divided cannot stand. It just can't. Do you know how many times men get in relationships with women who have kids and then they try to discipline the kids and the other woman's like, oh, those aren't your kids. You can't discipline them. Well, you just handcuff the man. He can't do anything. You can't deal with those type of relationships. They're doomed to fail. Absolutely doomed to fail. So what I need people to understand is this. Women need to be held in check. Their sexual urges need to be held in check. They need to be instilled with morality at a young age. If that happens, society can be saved. Anyways, I said my piece. Wise cats start bringing on people to talk, whether they're for me or against me. Let them all on. If they get out of line, I'll tell you to get rid of
All
them.
right, I think we got a few Aiden loyalists in the wings, but we'll see what happens. Let's see. Start letting them in.
This is the best show at 1 o'clock in the morning anywhere.
Yeah,
Promise you that.
yeah. It's not even close. You can't get entertainment like this at this time.
Everyone who I went after has suffered. Tate went to jail exactly when I said he would. As soon as I started going after Logan Paul, he was the fucking joke of the fucking world. And now I'm going after Aiden. So you're going to see things start happening very poorly for Aiden. Whether he gets in an accident or some bullshit happens to him. Remember, I don't just attack people from a legal system, because you can't do it physically. If this was Mexico and Russia, we'd handle this differently. But I will attack you from a spiritual level too, and no one got hands like me when it comes to that. There's only one. The Rothschilds are pretty much the only people you can't really attack spiritually because they got so many warlocks and witches who fucking protect them that if you even try to fucking remote view on them, you're gonna get fucking hurt. But little fucking punks like this fucking not an issue. So I'm gonna put pressure on him. This lawsuit's gonna start hurting him, and if he wants to get out, all he has to say is, "Yo, I'm gonna fix my mods. I'm gonna fix this chat room." Kick's gonna say the same thing, and then he can step in the ring with me because he fucking doxed me. I got swatted because of it. I basically have a content house that if I ever go live in, it's gonna get swatted over and over and over. I know how these little fucking homosexuals operate, so I can't even use this place anymore. So I'm out this place. I need to find another one. Those are all losses. I fucking put in over 100K. I can't use that shit anymore. So I'm gonna fucking sue him for that shit. So again, there's a lot of ways this is gonna end up bad for Ross. A lot of ways. And he's gonna have to publicly apologize at some point. And again, a lot of these people, you're fucking old. Why are you going after this kid? Well, this kid needs to be humbled. You understand? I want people to understand when the younger generation starts acting up, it's up to the older generations to fucking step in and fucking be like, no, you can't do this. That's
Yep.
exactly what I'm doing.
100%.
I mean, I just wanted to say, like, this guy is such a bitch. I mean, like, Aiden Ross is like, he was saying how he doesn't know you and stuff like that. That's just a lie,
Of course.
you know?
Yeah, clear lie.
A lot of people in the world know me. I mean, for God's sake, Malik Obama came over here
Exactly.
and he was talking with his wife on the phone in Kenya, and she saw a picture of me and she's like, "Oh my God, is that Gary?"
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
even the people in
Yeah.
Kenya knew who I was.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, so again, if this was last year and he said he didn't know who I was, that probably would have been a lie too. But you know, again, that could have been understood. There's almost no one in the fucking, you know, very few people who. Let's just put it this way: if you know of numerology, you most likely know of one numerologist, and that's me.
Yeah.
Or the group GG33. Whether you like me or hate me, you know what it is, man. Um, uh, I mean, for God's sake, I got like 1.3, 1.4 billion views this year.
Exactly.
Do you know how many people actually came in the first time? I've never done this shit before. I mean, I was only on Twitter. I never even used IG or TikTok until the beginning of this year. I never even fucking used that shit. I only started and I got 1.3, 1.4 billion in 10 months. Very few people could do that. But the ones who did, they all got put on. Not me. I put myself on.
100% facts.
This Aiden guy is really trying to downplay the situation, but he's really not going to get away with it. I agree with you. What you're saying is going to be crazy. I mean, I've seen a couple of weeks ago, actually, this guy, he was live streaming on Kick, right? And this guy got attacked by a monkey, and then he had to go to a hospital or something. It's so funny, but at the same time, he's trying to be entertaining, but he's just such a pussy. I mean, he's so stupid.
If a monkey attacks a dragon, and monkey and dragons are friend signs in astrology, that basically says that fucking monkey saw something bad in his aura.
Yeah.
That's 100. Maybe the monkey doesn't like facts.
Yeah.
Yo, Gary, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
All right. So first of all, I'm just gonna talk for a bit. I'm gonna do a little rant.
Yeah, keep it short because last time you were going for a long time.
I know. Sorry about that, sir. I just wanted to say thank you for everything, Gary. Literally, you've honestly changed my life in the past couple days. I just want to let everyone to know that in the Twitter Spaces, this guy literally is the most famous numerologist in the world. And I wanted to say also that that statistic about women, right? So I started IRL streaming today, and I walked up to multiple couples, right? Multiple females, hot looking females too. And I started questioning. The woman, like, how long have you guys been dating? And then she says 2 months. And I asked, do you think it's going to last? And I can tell, because I can already read the body language of the guy. I know he's a beta male like Aiden and all of his fans and everything. And she starts saying, like, oh, I've been with, I was like, how many dudes have you been with before him? And then he starts looking at her, right? He doesn't look at me. He starts looking at her. And then she's sitting there questioning her life. She's like, and then I'm pressing her. I'm looking in her eyes, and she's like, 9 dudes. And then she also says she's a virgin as well, which is a lie. And then I'm like, all right, so how many dicks have you sucked? And then I'm like, and then she's like, 5. And this dude is physically breaking down. You can see it spiritually, mentally, and physically. He's breaking down because he's a beta male. And what women do to beta males is manipulate them hardcore. And it's up to, it goes back to the single mother as well. These people are raised by single mothers. They're complete beta and everything. And I completely agree with what you're saying.
About 80% of Aiden's audience.
Yeah, 80% of Aiden's. Yeah, I can't wait for this fucking lawsuit, bro.
Yo, Gary.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man? I've been following you for like the past week. Saw you on TikTok or on YouTube, I believe. I just have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
If I got the same, can I talk about like birthday and stuff on here or no?
Go ahead.
If I got the same birthday as Drake, same zodiacs, he's 12 years older than me. What do you think?
So if he's 12 years older than you, then you don't have the same numerology number, then do you?
Same day and same month,
That
same
doesn't
zodiac.
matter. That doesn't matter.
Not even if, so it's different then.
Oh, listen, brother. There's
Bro, I need real questions.
I'm born January 7th. Okay.
Yeah.
I've met about, I don't know, 60 people in my life born January 7th. A majority of them are a huge disappointment.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Gary's speaking facts in this Twitter space tonight, everyone. He's speaking truth.
just because you're born 217 doesn't mean you're going to be the next Jordan.
Facts.
Yeah. I feel you.
Hey,
Facts.
Gary, I had two quick questions.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Wise Cat, thanks for adding me on. First question. I seen your interview. I forgot who it was with. It was posted like a few days ago, and you were speaking about Dan Gilbert and stuff.
Yeah,
So
fuck him. Oh yeah,
yeah,
that was the first billionaire who went after me.
yeah.
Oh,
So I
shit.
peeped.
Yeah, then now he's fucking can't fucking move in the wheelchair. Fuck you, motherfucker. No. Fuck Aiden. Fuck Andrew Tate. That
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Fuck him.
That
Fuck him.
motherfucker right there.
Fuck them.
I made a deal with him. I made a deal with him in 2007. He told me if the three players I said would get injured within 2 months happened, he said me and him are going to work together and we're going to build an NBA championship team. He fucking lied to me. He's the fucking first person in my life I hexed, and I'm fucking happy. He's fucking eating on a fucking straw. That motherfucker set me back. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If it wasn't for him doing what he did to me, LeBron James would be known as the GOAT right now because he'd had 7 championships. You know why he's had 7? Because the Golden State Warriors would not have won fucking 3 off them. And guess who helped the Golden State Warriors win 3 championships? Me. Did I jump? Did I fucking shoot jumpers? Did I play defense? Was I part of the coaching staff? Hell no. You know what I was though? I was an in control part of fucking telling Andre Iguodala's people to fucking sign with Golden State. Not only that, the people in his camp who are my fucking students went to Jerry West, who was the GM of the fucking Golden State Warriors at the time, and they fucking convinced him to trade for fucking Andre, to sign Andre. He was going to go to Memphis. If Andre goes to Memphis, that dynasty never happens. Do you know how I know? Because in 2015, when it was Cavs versus fucking Lakers, Cavs versus Warriors, Andre Iguodala was the MVP, not Steph Curry, not Klay Thompson, not Draymond. It was Andre Iguodala. And if it wasn't for Andre winning it in 2015, KD never would have joined in 2017. Those 3 championships they took from fucking LeBron. I'm the fucking reason LeBron isn't known as the GOAT. And wait till that fucking story goes fucking mainstream.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I peeped that, and I noticed.
Yeah. Go back. Go on everyone. Go on Google Images and put in Andre Iguodala GG33, and you're gonna see when he used to have the GG33 in his bio until NBA securities called him and said take him off.
Oh shit, bro. Fuck.
NBA security called him and told him to
NBA
take
security.
it off.
Fuck NBA security.
Yeah, but I peeped that, and I noticed by doing my research.
Why do you think he went to the Miami Heat? Why do you think his number with the Miami Heat was fucking 28? He's born on the 28th. Why do you think the Heat went to the fucking championship in 2020? They lost the Lakers, but they still went. Whose advice do you think it was for him to go down to Miami?
Yours.
You think he doesn't even like Miami? He'll fucking tell you that himself. He was supposed to come down here for a birthday party in Miami, and he fucking changed it last minute to New York because he hates Miami. But he still fucking went down here and he wore the number 28. There's go on Google, put in Andre Iguodala Miami Heat number 28, and he was saying in that article a friend of his told him 28's a special number. I wonder who that friend is.
But yeah, I peeped that Dan Gilbert is a 9. So my question is this when you start doing your research? I mean, like discovered the bad things about 9s?
No, I listen. The stuff about 9s, I keep close within GG33
I don't blame you.
because a lot of you nines are like fucking kids.
Right.
You know, you think you're some fucking superpower. You have some the kings of manifestation. If you guys were so good at manifestation, the number 9 was so good at manifestation. How come there was no Windows 9? How come there was no iPhone 9?
Yep.
You know, and then these people are gatekeepers. Oh, because 9's so fucking powerful. Give me one fucking good president who was a 9 life path. As a matter of fact, the worst president in U.S. history, modern U.S. history, was Jimmy Carter. It wasn't Barack Obama. It wasn't Joe Biden, if you can believe that. It was fucking Jimmy Carter. You had gas lines under Jimmy Carter. If you had even license plates, you can only get gas on Tuesdays. If you had odd license plates, you can get gas on Wednesdays and Fridays. This is what life was under Jimmy Carter. Inflation was fucking 13 to 20%. People were bitching about fucking 8-9%, fucking 13-15 under that fucking shit. So again, show me these great 9 life paths. You know, and again, there are some. I mean, one of my favorite guests, if not the most favorite guest I have, is Dehute.
Right.
You guys, I mean, this guy's a fucking genius, bro. I mean, he's like the one person I can put on, and he can do a good amount of the talking. Right. Even when I'm on with Zerka, sometimes I'm doing the majority of the talking. But with that guy, I let him talk because it's like, wow, you know shit. You can actually teach me shit, bro. That just doesn't happen. Or I should say, teach me youthful stuff.
My last question is, but yeah, Dehute is the truth. I like him a lot. My last thing is 6'2", 90. Anything that I need to work to elevate myself, especially financially.
Don't be so sensitive.
But
that's simple, man.
Hey, can you tell me this? So 6'2", 90. Me and Eddie Lacy. Not sure if you remember who that is. Play for the Packers.
Yeah, how's that 9 left path quarterback for the Bears doing right now?
Right, Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
But
start looking at these 9 left path quarterbacks. Tell me how they're doing. Listen, 9s are really good at some things. You need to get into Bitcoin. You need to get into Twitter. Bitcoin has made more 9s prosperous than almost anything else in history.
That's crazy.
I went through the Bitcoin guys. I did shows with them. They fucking named some of the top guys in Bitcoin. A majority of them were 9s. That's like the fucking one place where you guys dominate.
But the reason why I brought up Eddie Lacy is because he's out of the league now. He should still be in the league. But since I'm saying we're born same year, same day, same month, would discipline be something that I really need to work on? Because that's what pretty much.
You should be somewhat disciplined as a horse.
Yeah, I do. And
a horse got to work, bro. Can't be lazy.
Man,
you better fucking look at old, fucking videos of Kobe. That motherfucker would be working fucking after the game. He played fucking 46 minutes. Take a shower, fucking out there, fucking working again. He has a dime piece at home. He could be fucking. Nope. He's working on his game, man. Did you guys actually see Vanessa when she was young? That's a dime piece.
Right.
I've literally seen one dime piece in this city. One.
Wait, are you saying in Miami you only see one dime piece?
Yes, I've seen one dime piece, and if I count my wife, it will be 2. But I've seen literally one dime piece in this city, and I mean, I was on a yacht. A lot of OnlyFans girls were there. I'm looking at these girls. I'm like, man, I wouldn't even fucking turn my head for you. You're like a fucking 7. I get it. You're an attractive woman, but I mean, I'm looking at you. I'm like, God damn. Like, I wouldn't have fucking taken you out to McDonald's.
It just shows the sad state of men, though. They were sent.
Hey, wholeflation. Whole fucking inflation, man.
Beta men. Wholeflation.
That shit's like plus 300%. You literally have women who are average. They put up some fucking makeup, and they start looking like 6s, and they think they can fucking do anything they want. Then you have these other fucking skank hoes who fucking won't send you a picture without a fucking filter.
Hey, Gary, do you think loyalty will go up if makeup didn't exist? If we Thanos step makeup out of existence, do you think loyalty will go up?
I think the only way loyalty will go up is if there's punishment for adultery.
Yep.
If you literally see people being stoned for adultery, I promise you that will stop 95% of it. Not all of them, but 95% of it will stop.
Yep. I agree. 100%.
Close enough for government work, I always say. That sounds good, Gary. You bring back the stoning, I'm for you. You know, I told you about my my OnlyFans. I didn't know she did OnlyFans, but I found out she did OnlyFans.
Oh shit, bro! She
The
did
water.
OnlyFans?
She did. She was a what was it? Water sign horse for life path. But I did a little pimeyes.com on her face, and turns out she was a webcam whore doing OnlyFans. But so yeah, and she was a 7 at best. But the thing with the I only chose her because she was unvaccinated, but she's still a whore. That's why I told Gary was that just because she's unvaccinated, she's still a whore.
It's tough nowadays. I mean, it was tough when I was looking for a woman. It's tougher now because now you got to find a woman with a low body count. I was looking for virgins. That I'm a little bit different, but that's like a needle in a haystack right now. I mean, could you imagine like I was talking to this one dude. He's like, yeah, I met this one girl yesterday and we started 69ing each other. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck you say, nigga? What the fuck you say? What the fuck
like
you say?
I met this girl and I started eating out of a dumpster.
Yeah, I'm like, she's a whore. He's like, oh yeah, I fucking got her the first night.
Bruh.
I'm like, well, wait a second. You're going down on a whore?
Bro,
bro, I want to throw up even thinking about it.
Dude, that's the nastiest shit. When men eat their men will eat girls out on their period and eat them out. I think it's the most beta shit to eat a girl out personally, because it's like you're just gonna be eating another dude's fucking nut when you're eating her pussy. You know
pretty much, man.
Hell no.
And when there's a whore and then there's a real fucking ran-in whore, and you can tell what the difference is by the voice. Because some of these fucking whores have so much cum going through their goddamn mouth, their fucking vocal cords change.
Yo, Gary,
right.
Fucking facts, bro.
And women, listen to me. Even if you're a whore, you still got to be careful a little bit, because you see, the woman's period and the moon, they go together. It's a 28-day cycle. All goes around together. So women, the reason you have a period is not just for the egg and all the other stuff. Your shit needs to be cleaned. You understand? Your shit needs to be cleaned. And if you fuck two different guys in the same period, you're asking for mental illness.
Yep, dude. Oh my God.
There is a reason. Mental illness begins with men. So if you sleep with too many men, you're going to be mentally ill. That's why whenever I see a woman and she's somewhat bipolar, I know she's a whore already.
Dude, I'm going to be using this. Dude, I'm going to be using, bro, thank you for saying this. And also I have another thing. Since I was born June 13, 2004, I'm a 7 life path. Do you know if my sole purpose is to spread influence throughout the world?
I'm not sure about spreading influence. I think spreading knowledge maybe would be a little bit different.
Yep.
Influence, we've to the 33s and the master numbers. Yep. The 7s, you pick up on shit quickly, bro.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Vaders, thanks for coming up once again, man. It's been a pleasure once again.
Dude, it's been a pleasure with you guys, bro. Since I got on the first Twitter space and Gary promised me to get me to 500 followers, and he literally made that promise. Like, literally, Gary's fucking promised me everything, and he's fucking come through with it. Like, it's actually fucking insane. I love you guys.
I mean, you got to be a man of your word.
Yeah, dude.
That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. None of the beta men are man of their words. That's something I've been preaching in my server, preaching my community.
Bro, I would literally go up there and smack these people, and they wouldn't do anything about it. I used to be hold on, let me talk. I used to be a bully in high school. I was a freshman, and I pick on juniors.
Yep.
Like literally, I was one of those guys who would turn his pocket inside out and make people hold my pocket going down the hallway.
Yeah, that's so.
I was one of those guys. I
disrespectful.
was one of those. So when I hear these, simps talking about what they're gonna do and what they're gonna do here and what they're gonna do here, I don't even think they can take a punch. Like literally, heel Mike. Who was that person who jumped heel Mike?
Sweater?
Okay, yeah, that.
Yeah, that fat faggot. Yeah.
Who else?
It was several people.
Cuffs or something.
Yeah, that black kid, Cuffs. Yeah, cuff him.
Okay, let me tell you something. I went to when heel Mike came through the house.
Mhm.
I was like, I wanted to make him feel at home, so I was pretending like I was about to jump his ass. I literally picked the kid up. He's like 160 pounds. He's light as hell. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I hit someone 10 times in the face, they're going to sleep, bro. Or I'm breaking a jaw or something's happening.
Easy.
I didn't see a mark on this kid, bro.
Easy.
I didn't see a mark on this kid. The only thing that hurt on him was his fucking fist because he fucking knocked these fucking people out.
Yep. 100%, bro. 100%.
Beta male bitches.
Beta male.
I mean, I would feel very confident doing fucking 2-on-3. Me and fucking Zerko or heel Mike against 3 of his boys. Those same 3. I feel very confident with those odds.
Yeah.
Oh, easy. Bro.
All right, we're gonna go to some other speakers though. There'll be a lot of people waiting to speak. I think we had let's let this the guy with the Bad Bunny picture. Oh, that's not bad. Sorry, that's not bad. But Audie, go ahead.
What's going on, man? Hey, Gary, I just wanted to say shout out to you, man. I just started following you, I want to say like last month. I came across your stuff on TikTok. But it's funny because before coming across your page and stuff, I was getting into gematria and all this other stuff. Following this guy Zachary Hubbard, which I know you have a problem with, or you have beef with him or something.
Oh yeah, that's another fucking faggot. I have personally offered to fly him down to Miami so he can say whatever he wants to my face.
Yes, I saw that tweet.
And again, you see, this is the ultimate keyboard warrior because Zachary Hubbard wears about he weighs like a woman, about 140, 150 tops. And he talks mad shit. He basically had a pool about what day I was going to die this year. He literally had a pool like that on his goddamn fucking thing. So, I mean, I know where he stays at. I know his exact location, but I'm not going to go all the way out to Washington and whoop his ass. Yeah. That's like a fucking 6.5 hour trip. He's not worth it. But listen, if I see him in the streets, it's on site.
Yeah, and he avoided doing the Twitter Spaces with you. He avoided that Twitter Spaces.
No, he will never go into Twitter Spaces with me.
Yeah,
he will never go. And by the way, I want you to know how fucking trash this guy is. Okay, with all his gematria, some of it works, some of it doesn't. But at the end of the day, can he take someone's birthday and read it like a book? Of course not. He doesn't have those skills. All he has, the only skills he has is, this guy died when he was 46, which means the total amount of points in this game is going to be 46. And then when it doesn't happen, he's like, oh, they changed the script. Nah, you bitch. They fucking didn't see what was coming in the first place. I went 9-5 against the line. Okay. That is very, very difficult. So, this isn't just picking winners. I went 9-5 against the NFL line today. He went something like 3-5, just picking straight. No line, no nothing, just straight bets. Mm-hmm. And he has a worse record. This guy's a loser. This guy's an absolute fucking loser. And if the world had any justice, he'd be in the fucking ground.
Yeah. And most of these gematria guys are all over the place with it. I mean, besides our gematria club, these guys are mentally ill. Literally, they look for every number.
Yeah, I found the best guy in the community, and I fucking put him on GG33 because gematria is real. Yeah. It's just the way these other guys do it. They make it into some psychosis.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like I came across his knowledge and gematria and started learning about it, doing my own research.
His knowledge. You're giving him way too much credit.
Knowledge.
You mean the crap he found on the internet?
Right. Just his stuff about gematria. I first learned about it, hearing about him. Then I started getting into it myself, doing my own research and stuff like that, which brought me to numerology. And then I found your page and stuff. So it's just interesting. And I also, before finding you, I was following Andrew Tate and about how he was talking about how the Matrix and all this other stuff and all this.
Yeah, you understood he got that from me,
So
right?
it's just funny how everything tied back to you, and I came across you.
Yeah, Andrew Tate never said the word the Matrix until he talked to me on the phone. And if I fucking say that publicly, they don't know who you are. These fucking kids stole my fucking shit. Like literally stole my shit word for word. And that's why he deserved prison, because he's a fucking thief.
Yeah.
The war room is the biggest fucking joke. Now, there's a lot of good people in there, but the fact that they pay people on the 28th and they say that's a lucky number, I mean, come on, guys, this is straight from me.
That's crazy.
This is straight from me. This is why when I'm in a position of power, and I want you guys to understand something. I'm not talking about being an influencer or any of the shit I'm doing. In the future, where I have real power, I will do my best to help humanity and make sure I uplift billions of people. But to the hundreds of people who cross me, red wedding.
Yeah. Real quick on the number, while we're on the number 28, I just wanted to ask, because I just found it interesting that I just looked at my phone. It's on 28%. I just turned 28 last week, and I'm a 4 life path, Scorpio, wood pig. I don't really know too much about it. I just wanted to know, like, if there's
work hard, brother, and you'll get your bag.
Yeah. Word. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
Forrest got to work, brother. All right, who's next?
I think we got Bryce. Bryce has been up here a while. Go ahead, Bryce.
Hey, what's going on, Gary Wisecat?
Doing well, and yourself?
Doing well. Gary, you were talking about a red wedding, and it's interesting because I've seen some of your older tweets about like 2030, specifically like 2032, 2033, as that like being a time of anarchy, almost like a purge in the United States.
No, you're making me wet, bro.
Yeah, and I was just curious what you thought specifically would happen in that kind of scenario. I've got like a guy who says something similar to you, which is kind of interesting.
I got to be careful of my words, because we're not in that area yet. But I like to bring up a report I've read about a guy in Ukraine. This guy in Ukraine was a powerful individual, but he wasn't that powerful that he could get away with things like, what we're talking about. The day the Russians invaded, this guy literally went behind enemy lines to get even with people. And he basically took everyone out within a month. And he was one of those guys who like told him what he was going to do. And as soon as it happened, he fucking had everything ready and he went. I don't think I can go much further without people replaying this and, doing certain things, but I think you get the point.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about what you would or not do, but just like more specifically, like the landscape of how the country would look.
Just go to 1929, 1931. And you'll have a good sense of how it's going to work. The difference between then and now is we have more infrastructure and we have more social services. But at the same time, America is a very, very different place than it was 100 years ago. The fact of the matter is America was about 85% white in 1920, 1930s. Now America is about 52% white. And it's going lower and lower every single year. The real question people have to ask themselves is when the white population gets below 50, maybe below 40%, is America still going to be a superpower?
Yeah. It's really interesting you said that. Are you familiar with Martin Armstrong?
Yes.
Yeah. That's like his forecast. 2032 trade of the century right there, shorting the market. But yeah, I mean, do you think like U.S. equities you know, if you're a long-term investor, those will do fine?
I think that when the real crash happens, the only thing that's going to save people is gold.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Always remember, there's three things that always people go when it comes to crisis. I call it the gold network: God, government, and gold. Those are the three things people always turn to in a crisis. Now, me, I will never worship God. Never, because he's not worthy of my worship. Yet I will serve him because that's what I'm on here for. It's like this. You have regular army, and you have special units like Delta Force and Navy SEALs. Uh, what the regular army does, the Delta SEALs, they don't need to do that stuff. I will never in my life worship God because he's not worthy of my worship. Yet I do understand that he's the prime creator. He's the most powerful. I am nothing compared to him, but at the end of the day, that's still not good enough reason for me to worship. Kat, you've been in my group for how many years? Yo.
Can you hear me? Yeah, it kind of turned out for a minute.
Okay. All good. How many years you been in my group?
It's been, I think 8 years, 7 years, something around there.
Okay. 7 years.
Wait, I'm trying to do math. It's about 6 years. 6 years, to be honest.
About 6 years, okay. After your third, fourth year, did I not promise you I'd get you a job?
Yes, you did, and you delivered.
Mm-hmm. And you're making a living now. I'm not saying you're fucking rich or anything, but you're making a living now giving readings to people who come through my website and go straight to you, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Have you seen me take advantage of any women in the group?
Not once.
Not once. Do you believe I could have if I wanted to?
Absolutely.
Okay. How many of these broads do you think if I wanted to, I could have impregnated?
I mean, you would have made David Koresh look like a saint. I mean,
100%. If I wanted to, I could have done that. I would have made Andrew Tate look like a walk in the park. I literally could have fucking impregnated like fucking 50 women. I could have been running a cult. I could have been doing a lot of things. Do I run GG33 anywhere close to a cult?
not even close. It's pretty family oriented. It's pretty moralistic.
Very family oriented. Exactly. Do I tell people to go around and sleep with as many women as possible?
No, not even close. Now, Gary, that's a segue because there's some people that are confused about certain alliances you made. Obviously playing devil's advocate. I don't have to say any names, but obviously you're doing what you need to do to spread numerology. That's why you're associating with certain characters and people. If that makes sense.
I'm going to be honest. Zerk is not fucking these hoes.
No, I mean I knew that. I knew a lot of people.
Zerk is not fucking these hoes. The only way Zerka, as a matter of fact, the only dime piece I've seen in this goddamn city, he was banging, and that's the only one I've seen him do. So, do you understand? He's a comedian. He when he says pedophile, he's talking about 18, 19. Now, would I make that type of humor? Of course not. Do I think that's negative? Of course. Have I told him to stop? Yes. But bro, it's working for him. It's working for him. Those are just facts. He is not a pedo. He does not sleep with that many women. So again, he just runs his mouth. He's good at talking, bro. He's really good at he's being funny. Heel Mike. I mean, listen. He's a decent dude. Do I think any of these people are actual pedophiles? Bro, if I thought they were pedophiles, I would have fucking took them out myself. If I saw any of that type of activity myself, I would have fucking did something myself about that. They're nowhere close to that stuff. Okay? Now, is it true that I'm around a whole bunch of whores? Yes, that is true. Am I touching any of them? Hell no. Listen. They're streamers, and they get like 20, 30,000, views. And then these OnlyFans girls come on there, and I do my numerology and astrology content. I have no association with any of these people. It's a matter of fact, listen, I'm a fucking star myself. I really don't need anyone around me. All right. I decided that if I am in Miami, I'm gonna do what the people in Miami do. Now, I have put some, I'll say it, Jack Doherty. I've been around that kid for what, 2, 3 months, not every day, but I see him like once a week or something like that. And he's definitely OnlyFans pimp. He is one of the most business-minded young men I have fucking met in Florida. Now, a lot of people could call him a soulless, degenerate, and that might be true and everything like that. I did pour holy water on him. But at the end of the day, he's really good with making money, bro. He literally pimps out fucking streamers twice his age and has a whole bunch of girls who are working for him, and he's taking fucking huge cuts. But it makes sense because he's born on the 8th. So he should have fucking money like that. Now, I told Jack when I met him, don't do any homosexual content around me. And to his credit, he hasn't done any of that shit in fucking 3 months. So again, when I was in my 20s, I was looking for a virgin. If I was in my 20s today, I would know I would not be able to find one. So I would have to settle with someone with a low body count, like 2 or 3. And oh my God, I could never love a woman like that. But you'd have to settle. Because that's the reality of the situation. And I'm in Miami, and the reality of the situation is this is the OnlyFans capital of the world. I go on a lot of yachts. I go on, and there's a lot of these people on there. And I have made it clear, do not bring any fucking around me, and do not bring any fucking real whores. I mean, when you say OnlyFans whores, let's be honest. If a woman is just, putting pictures of her tits online, does that actually make her a whore? Oh, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, would I want to be around a woman like that and call her my wife? Of course not. But does that necessarily make her a whore? No, of course it doesn't. The only thing that makes people whores are the ones who are being ran through like a fucking, basketball team and shit like that. I do not work with any of those type of people, and I don't work with homosexuals, and I've stuck to my fucking values. If you want me to come down to Miami and say I'm not going to work with any OnlyFans girls, and I'm not going to work with anyone except people who have my mindset, I instead of doing 50 podcasts this year, I would have done 3. I mean, it was pretty much me and Dahute then. That's it. It's me and Dahute. Like that's it. It's literally me and him. So again, I don't know what you guys want from me, man. I said that I was gonna make numerology mainstream. I did.
You gotta adapt.
You gotta adapt to your environment, but I did not destroy my values in any way whatsoever. 0. I'm the same person. I sleep a lot less. Have to come home at 5 o'clock in the morning, some shit I haven't done since my 20s. It is what it is. Do I like being around these people? No, not really. I mean, yeah, some people here are pretty cool. I met this one OnlyFans girl who's pretty much a 33 life path, and she manages others. She's pretty smart. But other than that, no, I don't particularly enjoy being around these people. And I promise you, as 2024 kicks in, we'll be moving into a different direction. This is 2023, and this is the year of the degenerates, because everything is yin yang. Just like some people are into knowledge this year, other people will be into degeneracy. next year, pretty much everyone's going to be into that bag. Money, Twitter, all that shit's going to make a comeback. So it is what it is.
All right, up next, I think we had, did Jordan speak yet?
No, I was actually about to ask a question. I'm sorry.
Hold on, before you speak, Jordan, everyone do me a favor. This is the best show in town at fucking 2:00 in the morning. If you're listening and you actually enjoy the content, go out there and do a retweet. Let's get some people. Let's try to get 1,000 people in this space, because then we can get up to pro status. Anyways, go ahead, Jordan.
Let's try to get Aiden Ross's people in there, right?
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, tomorrow, what's the best response like Aiden could do just to fix this?
He can say that he's gonna hire mods who are not his friends but professionals, and you can say he's gonna clean up his mod because listen, obviously I'm pissed that this happened to me, but if it just happened to me, I wouldn't have much legs to stand on. They're doing this shit every fucking day. For God's sake, that girl Sam, and I met her on a boat. And again, I'm not saying she's a dime piece or anything like that, but she's a smart girl. I mean, she got hooked up with Neon, and she's getting mad clout off him. That's a smart girl. She knew. I mean, she was stuck at Jack Doherty's house doing that type of content, and now she fucking hit the major leagues. I mean, they gave Neon a watch, a Rolex. Like she gave it to him. Who do you think? She bought it? That wasn't her who bought it. That was Jack Doherty who bought it. Jack Doherty's the mastermind. Jack Doherty's the one that put them both together. A little fucking 20-year-old kid, bro. Fucking one of the biggest pimps down here. Yeah, I'm not fucking kidding you guys either.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong, but it seems like it's more the Twitter community than the chat. What's the fix for the community?
The Twitter community, delete it.
Yeah.
Just delete Aiden's loyals. Just delete it because that place is. I actually went through that shit for about 10-15 minutes. That's some of the most toxic, degenerate shit I've ever seen. Like these people are literally trying to dox people all day. Like that's literally what they try to do all day. They don't try to talk about anything. Yo, let's get this bitch. Oh, yeah, she fucking said something about Aiden. Let's go get her. Like they're basically like unchecked pit bulls with no leash. Aiden needs to fix this. And again, if he does, I won't file a lawsuit. If he actually fixed this mod situation, I won't do anything. But it has to be addressed. This is nonsense. Anyone who goes through, and again, when I take this guy to court, what do you think? I'm not going to have fucking hundreds of pages of evidence? I already have fucking half the shit I need. Another half's going to be here shortly. What are they going to do if they subpoena his mods and they start fucking seeing text messages? Oh, yeah, fucking. What happens if Aiden sent one text message from his phone? Dox him. If we can find just one sending it to his mods, he's done. He's looking at federal time. I would encourage him, instead of running to LA, to actually get something. And some people are listening, be like, whoa, who is this motherfucker? Why is he so obsessed? You have no idea. You have no idea. You think this is something? I was on Tate's ass for fucking years. I just stopped recently because the bitch fell off. So, I mean, no point in fucking talking about him too much because he fell off already. He'll never get back to the promised land. As a matter of fact, if you listen to his content now, he's not even interesting. The only thing I agreed about with what he said is that, most Canadian men are bitches. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But, other than that, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't think there's much men in Canada. 100%, man. I remember the last time I was in Canada, I was with the Golden State Warriors in 2019 against the Toronto Raptors. And, I literally, was yelling fag and, and people were coming up to me. People were coming up to me like, you can't say that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm an American citizen. I'll say whatever the fuck I want.
Fucking awesome.
And that's a beta male country. And you have a son of a whore, Justin Trudeau, is your prime minister. And when I say whore, I actually mean that. Justin Trudeau's mother, Margaret Trudeau, was married to Pierce Trudeau, who was a prime minister, but he was an older man who obviously couldn't satisfy her. So this fucking whore would go down to Havana from Ottawa about 15 times a year, and every time she'd bring little Justin with her. I wonder why. You see what happens when women who are whores have fucking kids? You have Justin Trudeau come out.
Yeah, look at it. He's a complete pedophile piece of shit. When he was living in
All
Vancouver.
right. I don't know if Gary's speaking right now. Hopefully I'm not talking over him.
It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Up next, we got Cynthia. She's back. Cynthia, go ahead.
Oh, hi, Wise Cat and Gary and Evaders and NKC. Nice to see you all again. I actually wanted to go back to the conversation that you were talking about earlier today about whores, and I actually contributed to that post. I went on Wikipedia and I saw some information about stoning women and how that's a practice that's employed in the Islam religion. And I found that very interesting that you said that about Christianity as well. And it got me thinking, like, I feel like if these types of punishments were more widely implemented, of course, there wouldn't be this type of issue right now where men are choosing to quote unquote, as you said, settle for a woman with like 2 to 3 bodies. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous to me. Like, the way I was raised, it was like, you're not supposed to even do that with someone that's not your husband. You know what I mean?
100%. I have no idea what it's like to fuck any other woman besides my wife for 2 decades.
Exactly. And even me, like I said, like yesterday, what I said, I don't want to say that again because I'm getting so many followers and it's being
As soon as you start saying, "Oh, I got a low body count," these betas start running.
No, but it's annoying for me to get rid of all the followers. And honestly, like
And lock your account.
Yeah, I did. I literally unlocked it today just to like repost the information on that post that you posted because I did want like people to see that this is actually a thing. Like, they do stone women who commit adultery, and also in the they I don't know if everyone is aware of fornication, but it's when two people who aren't married still engage in sexual activity, and
You can't really blame the man. Okay.
I'm
Blaming
not
the no. I want to say something. Okay.
sure.
I have willpower.
Hmm.
I have, some people are like, you don't work out. Well, okay, I don't have willpower in that area, but I have willpower in different ways. I pulled out of my wife 9 straight years before I had a child.
Hmm.
No condoms, no birth control, because I'm not the only one who talks shit about women here and there, but there's other men who talk shit about women and then tell them to take birth control. I mean, these broads are emotional enough as it is, and when you take birth control, it makes them even more emotional. And by the way, when you're on birth control, you're more interested in beta male types. Like, you'll notice a lot of women who are on birth control, they'll have fucking friends.
Oh,
But once they
100%.
once they get off birth control, they don't want to be around beta males anymore. As a matter of fact, as soon as a woman is off birth control, she's like a reformed smoker. She doesn't want to be around these people at all.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree.
And again, beta males are a big problem because these are the 40% of men who don't have wives. They don't have women, and they're going to do everything in their power to buy porn or OnlyFans and all this other stuff. I mean, we live in a very, very sick society, and I don't know how to fix this without what Thomas Jefferson said: the tree of liberty must be shaken with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Every now and then. I have no idea how to fix this stuff because you literally these entitled women literally have to be put in check.
I
And
agree.
that needs to happen. Now, can that happen without war? I'm not sure. I do know this, and for all you women out there and all you beta males, I want you to listen very, very quickly. The only reason you have rights right now is because we live in a very soft society. That's it. If we ever go to war, all your rights are fucking gone. Like, voila. And I always point to the fact when the Nazis were losing the war to the Russians and the Russians went into fucking Germany, the saying in Russian was "восемь до восемьдесят," and "восемь до восемьдесят" means 8 to 80. So if the girl was as young as 8 and as old as 80, she was fair game to get raped. And I want you to know something, women. Without men to protect you, that's exactly what the fuck's gonna happen to you. You know, when women say they don't need men, who the fuck's gonna protect you? Well, I don't need a man. I'm sorry, if society breaks down, you are gonna need them. I mean, yeah, unless you're like one of those fucking Delta Force fucking bitches who fucking can bench like 250. But how you know that we're talking about like what, one in every 200 women. So again, women need to be held in check. Mothers need to be rewarded. Good mothers, good women need to be rewarded, and whores need to be made examples of. Because I'm telling you right now, someone will be like, "Yo, I don't understand. Why do you care who a woman has sex with? Why is it your problem?" Well, you see, if the woman didn't have kids because of that sex, cool. If a woman ties her tubes and she goes around being a whore, okay, whatever. But see, when a woman starts having kids and those kids start growing up to be fucking woke, left, Democrat, transgender, fucking beta males, that is a tarnish on society. I'm going to tell you guys who are listening right now. If your kid grows up gay, you are a fucking failure as a father. I specifically went around for years. Every time I see a rainbow flag, I spit on it in front of my son watching. I would burn that flag with my kid watching, so he knows exactly how I feel about this. And when he went to school and he's like, "Oh, Daddy, I saw a rainbow flag," I'm like, "You know exactly what to do." He's like, "Yep." I'm like, "You think I'm gonna get upset if you spit on that flag and they fucking throw you out of school? Hell no! I'll fucking take you to the movies, kid."
I
You
agree.
teach your sons and your daughters to shame people like this 24/7. You shame them. The problem was with these whores, they don't have any shame anymore.
Yep, I agree, because slut shaming works in my family, and none of the women in my family deviate like that. But if I could ask you, according to your definition, what is a 0.001% woman in 2023?
2 to 3 bodies max. 2 to 3, and again, I want you to know something. I find that disgusting. I find 2 to 3 bodies like I would not go into a woman like that, even if I was single.
Gary,
But
that's a tall order in
I
2023.
know, brother. What do you want me to
Huge order.
do? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to lie to people? Brother, if this was 20 years ago, I'd be saying virgin. So I have, diluted the shit. I mean, we ain't fucking drinking no 80 proof here. We're drinking that CVS shit. So again, I understand what I'm saying. Where are you gonna find a woman who's a virgin, not vaccinated, and isn't a gold digger? Sorry, guys, you got your work cut out for you. But at the end of the day, if you know numerology and astrology, the job gets a lot easier.
May I say something?
Yes, indeed. One more. We got other speakers.
One more, and then we got other people. Go ahead.
Sure. Like, if I could give some advice to some women who are listening into this
Wear a
chat.
chastity belt.
Pardon me?
Said, wear a chastity belt and give your husband the key.
Yes, and also it's very, like you told me yesterday, it's very important to surround yourself with like-minded people. So if certain women are moving in a particular manner, it's up to you to get out of that situation and find people who have morals and values like yourself. And I'd like to leave it at that.
You put in some good work, man. Appreciate your time.
All right, Holistic, you're up next. Go ahead, Holistic. Holistic, can you hear? Can you hear us? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Holistic.
Hello. Yes. Yes. It's a holistic girl, another girl. That's why it's me.
All right, go ahead, brother. What's on your mind?
Gary, I learned so much from you. So, love for your work. My question is that, do you believe or do you know that you are being watched or protected by the Council of 33?
I'm being protected?
Yeah, you're being watched and being protected at the same time.
Why would I be protected?
They need you.
For what?
You're here for a reason. You're here for the mission 33. They know exactly what you are, and
they've known where I've been for a long time, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, but they didn't help me do this. They didn't help me get famous. They didn't help me at all. They didn't help me at all.
Yeah,
Zero help. They don't help. They just sit on the side. I mean, you know, if I was in danger, I'm sure something would be done. But other than that, there's no interference. This is all me, bro. No one's helping me. No one taught me anything. You know, listen, I'd be a fool if I was to tell you that, you know, in my GG33 gold class, if you think there's not CIA agents, if you don't think there's FSB agents, MI6, they're all over the place. I know that. But, you know, I also know they ain't going to leak the shit publicly because it's valuable. So, you know, it is what it is. If you're asking me, do I know the Rothschilds? No, I've never knowingly met a Rothschild. I've talked to their people. I've never took any deals or anything like that. I mean, fuck, dude, I'm rich already. Can you imagine if I fucking would have sold out? Would have had fucking 2 billion by now, if not more. But at the end of the day, you know, when you get judged, they're not going to be looking. The main thing they're going to be looking at is not your bank account statement. So I believe that I'm one of the few people who can change this world in a more positive direction. And you know, because I'm a snake and I'm born in a fire snake year, if you cross me, I'm going to get you. And I want people to understand, I'm sick. Okay. I want people. This is being recorded. I would rather get revenge on all the people who betrayed me or crossed me or swatted me than I would $10 billion. I want you to understand who you're dealing with. Okay. These Illuminati types. Do you know how many women they sent my way? Do you have any idea the amount of women they sent my way? And I'm attracted to certain types of women. And whenever I see types of women like that, I know they're agents because there's only so many of those type of broads. So again, I'm loyal as can be. And one of the reasons I'm so loyal is my wife could have chosen so many rich people to get married to. And she said, you know what? I'm going to suffer with you because I know you're going to make it at some point. How can you betray that type of loyalty as a man? And by the way, if you're a fucking man and you had a devoted wife and she fucking, you know, took care of the kids, never cheated on you, did everything she was supposed to as a wife, and then you fucking got a bag and then you start cheating with fucking younger women, you're going to fucking hell. You are going to fucking hell. And not only that, your kids are going to get fucking sick because if you're a man and you cheat on your fucking wife and you have kids, those kids are going to be fucking, they're going to get some of the consequences of it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to me right now, if you're listening to this on the TikTok, I'm sure it's gonna be posted on all this other stuff. If you have kids and you cheat on your wife, or if you're a woman and you cheat on your husband and you have kids, your kids will suffer. And you're telling me some fucking whore is worth your kid's health? Fuck you. I hope you go in the fucking ground. So ask Zerka. Zerka's been around me. He sees me around these broads. Anytime one of these broads even fucking tries to fucking come near me, I'm a wife. Get the fuck away from me. That's me. That's me. That's how I am. Other people, not so much. I wish society was more like me. I mean, we definitely have a lot more, revenge killings and shit like that. But other than that, it'd probably be pretty utopia, man.
That's so true. And never cross a snake. I'm a snake myself.
Never cross
totally
a fire snake. The earth snakes are soft. I call the earth snakes garden snakes.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask another question?
Go ahead, sir.
Are we actually at the age of Aquarius right now?
Yeah, the age of Aquarius started 2001, 9/11. So the Aquarius is the 11th sign. So the Rothschilds decided to break in the Aquarius age with 9/11, and that's why the Twin Towers came down, because it symbolizes the Aquarius age coming in, which is again the 11th sign.
So, for every age of the zodiac, there's a god, like whether we believe it or not.
Brother, we're never gonna reach the age of Capricorn. We're all gonna be dust by then, so don't worry about it. We're all gonna be in the age of Aquarius with the positives and negatives from the age of Aquarius. Some positives: people are gonna be a lot more into numerology and astrology. People are gonna be a lot more open-minded. People are definitely going to be a lot more less racist. Aquarius is most likely the least racist sign. People are going to be more accepting of occult knowledge. The negatives. Well, the negatives are a lot more breakups, a lot less stable couples. Aquariuses want someone to be their friend and best friend and lover at the same time. Good fucking luck with that. That's probably not going to happen for most of them. And if you're a member of the white race, sorry, it's not looking good. And the reason it's not looking good is if a black man and a white woman have kids together, the child's going to be black. If anyone has, because Aquariuses are all about mixing races. Aquarius are much more attracted to people outside their race. So again, Michael Jordan, if you notice, all his wives aren't really black because he's an Aquarius. Plus if you have all that money, I'm not sure you want, a very masculine presence around you as well. And as we know, a lot of these women who are black tend to be masculine because they don't have any fucking men around them, and they take on the masculine role. So again, I don't want to seem violent, but if I had to deal with some of these black, I remember the first time I dealt with one of these crazy black broads. I was with my dude, and we went to his house, and this bitch started fucking yelling him as soon as he got like fucking in the door, and she's like, "Man, take off your fucking pants. I want to smell your dick." And she fucking did that shit in front of me. I'm like, "You don't want him to go on the side?" She's like, "Man, cracker, shut up." I'm like, "Really?" And she literally wanted to, fist fight him. These black women in America, and I'm not talking about Africa or all those other countries, because in Africa, the single mother rate's like 3-4%. So the Africans are way better than the Americans at this. The women in America, especially the black women, very, very masculine. And I understand why domestic violence happens in those situations. I understand, and say I do anything, but I understand because if someone got in my face like that, over and over and over, yeah, I'm probably gonna test that chin. So my wife doesn't do no shit like that. White women, don't, they're a lot softer. But when it comes down to the white race, it's probably going to get, eliminated. 30% of the world population was white in 1920, and then the white men gave the white women the right to vote in 1920, and now the white population's at 7%. And the black man didn't do that. And again, if any KKK members are listening, the black man didn't do that to you. The Hispanic man didn't do that to you. The Japanese man didn't do that to you. Maybe the Zionists had a role in it, but at the end of the day, the Zionists outsmarted your ass, and they basically are getting rid of the white population. And I want you to understand why they're getting rid of the white population. By the way, millions of people have died in Ukraine. You guys hearing anything about that on the news? No, you only hear about Palestinians and Jews. You don't hear anything about Ukraine because those are white people killing each other. And guess what? Um, Now that millions of Ukrainian men are dead and a lot of Russian men are dead, who do you think's going to impregnate those broads? Ain't going to be whitey. Those Chinese are going to come straight to the border, go up north, find them some Russian women, and the kids are not going to be white. So, one thing you noticed during is the blacks were, and the Hispanics and the minorities and the liberal white women, they were in the Black Lives Matter protest. But the only protest the white people basically went to was the one where it's like, don't tread on me. We're not wearing your masks. We're not fucking doing this and that because white people, that's how it's going to work because white people throughout history have been very keen on free speech and all that other stuff. And by the way, if you think I'm being racist, then prove me wrong. Go to one other fucking nation that's fucking not white and tell me not white led and tell me that they've been fucking talking about freedom of speech and freedom of assembly and all that. No, where they do that in Asia, where they do that in Africa. That's the white man, and that's why the white man has to be eliminated by the New World Order, because once they're out the picture, no one's gonna be talking about that pesky democracy shit.
And does it have anything to do with the change of the ages? Because every new age, there would be a new reset. There's a new frequency is coming to the world.
I mean, the frequency already hit, bro. There's a lot more interracial couples now than there's ever been in history.
I mean, and also Gary said it years ago. The overlord race never changes, but the current race that's in power,
100%.
So
the overlord race is always the Zionists, and and then they'll fucking put the white man in power for 200 years. The white man will commit crimes in their name, and the white man will take all the blame. And then when the world hates the white man, the whitey's falling. The Chinese will come up, and the overlord race is still going to be the Zionist, and then the Chinese are going to rule, and everyone's going to hate the Chinese, and then they're going to fall off, and they'll probably go to India and prop them up. So the overlord race is always the same, Rothschild and stuff like that. But the the warden race switches, every 200-300 years. I mean, let's not forget the Chinese were running shop in the 14, 15, 1600s. They were considering everyone else fucking barbarians. And for those people who want to talk shit about blacks, those Moors went into fucking Spain and fucking raped your white women for about 700 years. That's why the Spanish and the French don't look alike, because the Moors were stopped right at the French modern day borders. So again, every race has been on top. That's just the way it works.
All right, thank you so much, Holistic. We got to go to the speakers. You got your shot off. We have to go to the speakers.
And by the way, no one has the guts to talk about this shit but me.
Yeah, this is definitely
no one has the guts.
Perfect 11 energy
spaces.
Perfect
One
11
more
energy
comments
spaces.
On
all right. Well, Holistic. Yeah, well, yes. Sorry, holistic. We got to move on. No offense. I cut you over. I saw you were talking right this exact second, but you got quite a few questions there. We're gonna go with Elijah next.
Hello.
Yes, sir. What's on your mind?
Not much. I've been paying attention to you for the last like 6 months now. I actually am myself. I'm only 21. I know I'm an 8 life path, and I am a horse. So I've been paying attention to a lot of like the free information you give out. I was just looking to see if I could get a reading as well. Just I do know the basics, but I know you're not gonna let everything out free. I understand that. I'm a multimillionaire myself, actually, and I'm only 21. I'm a African American.
But should you really be that proud of yourself? Because what are the chances you're 21 and you're a multimillionaire if you're not an 8?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is like that's what made me start really paying attention to what you were saying. It was like I was never there was never a middle for me, like you say for the 8. It's a skinny middle. Like there's no middle. You're either broke or you got it. And I was my whole life I was down. I was bad. So then I came up, ended up coming up.
I'm happy for you, brother. What's your birthday?
July 6, 2002.
July 6, 2002. You're a stubborn motherfucker.
Yeah, I actually.
You know, listen, looking at your birthday, family is very important to you. So, my advice to you would be, you know, to balance the family and the money as much as possible. Don't just chase the bag. Make sure you got the right woman too.
For sure. Yeah, that's what I've been working on as well. Is like I always like this year I'm paying off my mom's house that she bought like 2 years ago, and I'm gonna get her into a new one, turn this one into a rental. And then yeah, every woman I meet, I do the numerology and thing on her thing with them as that I know from the basics. But I am looking into I'm gonna get more into your group and stuff like that. I've just been going over the information and things looking like that. Since I am a horse and I know that I've been looking for like a new place, a new state to go out to. As of right now, just I'm actually not from here. I'm from New Mexico, but
I usually tell you to go to California because California's a
no,
dog,
I
but
don't want to go to California.
not next year.
I don't want to be in California.
I don't blame you, man. I wouldn't want to be there either. Like, all these podcasters want me to come out to LA and collab with them. I'm like, yo, I'd be more than happy to collab with you, but I'd have to be out in LA to do that. And I don't go out further than Vegas.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
That's about as far as I get out because, you know, listen, if I see two guys holding hands, I'm gonna get upset.
No, I'm on the same page as you.
No. I'm being dead serious because in Russia, if you see, because I've been in Russia, I lived there for a little bit too. If you see two guys holding hands, you can start going to work.
Yeah, no.
Like you can, and by the way, if the cops see you, they'll start helping you too.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
You know, it's very different here. Here, you fucking protect these fucking homosexuals. You know, here's here. You know what? I'll fucking say it. In 2016, there was in Orlando. I'm not going to say the names. I'm not going to go too much further. But because, and again, I'm not condoning either. But I will say this. Because that shooting happened, I'm sure about 20 to 30 kids didn't get molested. That's it. I consider 40% of gay people fucking pedophiles. And that's probably a very, very conservative number. The fact of the matter is, a lot of these fucking pedophiles and homosexuals, they go around abusing kids. And as soon as they fucking abuse kids, they change their chakras, and then these motherfuckers grow up and they start fucking being fucking homosexuals and pedophiles. You see, they can't procreate like we can. So what they do is they basically molest people into becoming into fucking pedophiles. I don't give a fuck what the science says. I don't give a fuck what anything. I did enough readings to people, and you know, when usually someone says they're gay or they're lesbian, it's almost 85% they're molested by someone.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And in, like, for instance, in America, you can't let your kid walk the streets by himself because a van might come up and they might fucking kidnap him and that kid might get molested. In Russia, I want you to understand this. In Russia, my nephew, is 8 years old. And after school, he fucking hangs out on the streets till 10, 11 at night. He's 8 years old. No one's worried about them. You know why? Because no one in that country is going to fucking take them and try to steal them and try to sexually abuse them. Because what happens is if you do, you'll probably get murked. But here in America, we protect these fucking homosexual fucking and we do it at the expense of our kids.
Yeah.
This is not a just society. This is not a just society. And if I get more people to understand what the hell is going on, even great. But I want people to know something. I'm not going to do anything myself personally. I'm not going to do anything myself. I'm not going to go after these people myself. That's what Islam's for. Islam is going to fucking cleanse you, rainbows. I'm telling you every single, because you know what? I don't care if it was supposed to happen or I manifest it, it's going to happen. Nothing disgusts me more than a fucking homosexual fucking transgender. Except even a whore is better to me than a fucking.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to delete the space cat. What do you think?
Yeah, most likely. It's so good though, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with what you're saying because I'm more of a traditional person, and I was able.
I don't even know who's next. Let me see. I think Elijah already spoke, so Logan's up. I think either Nadine or Logan. So Logan and then Nadine. Go ahead, Logan.
What's going on, Gary?
How we doing today?
Chilling. So I was gonna ask, when you were on the come up and you had people you wanted to network with who already had it, how do you go about finding ways to add value to them?
Well, I'll give you a story. I've been talking to Mark Cuban for about 10 years by email. And, literally this guy emails me when I wake up. It's the first email I see, and he's telling me about some shit like that. But regardless, I was telling him about numerology and astrology a decade ago, and he's like, well, if this shit works, why you broke? He had a valid point. I'm not broke anymore. He basically, isn't the biggest numerology fan. Like pretty much the only billionaire I know who doesn't really buy it, but he's also the only billionaire I know who's vaccinated. So that tells you a lot there too. I when he was when it was the Dallas Mavericks, I don't give a fuck if people know this stuff. I can prove this shit. If he ever says I'm lying, I'll fucking post it publicly. I don't think he really cares though. He's fucking told me he doesn't give a fuck. When the Dallas Mavericks were playing the Phoenix Suns in the divisional round of the playoffs in 2022, I was sending him emails every day about who to leave open on the Suns, who to double team, and that was one of the biggest upsets in playoff history. That the Dallas Mavericks took out the Phoenix Suns. Next round, he was facing my Golden State Warriors. And all of a sudden, I ain't giving him help anymore. And I remember when I ran up into him inside their arena, I was like, Mark, how come I got more rings than you do? But at the end of the day, you're like, how do you add value? 2011, I started going to the NBA Summer League. And I started getting people connected with people. And these people who weren't nobodies in 2011 are big somebodies now within the NBA. They're agents or they're this and that. And some of this information Mark wants. So even though he didn't want to get into numerology, as soon as became apparent that I'm very, very tight with some NBA players, I've literally smoked weed with 10 NBA players. And some of them, a lot of them got championship rings. So we'll just leave it at that. But I found a way to be useful. Find a way to be useful to people, brother. That's all I can tell you.
100%. And As far as like that goes, because I know numerology was the thing that you saw as a tool you could be used to be useful. For someone who hasn't yet found that
Not
tool, what would you
necessarily.
recommend?
Hold on. Not necessarily, because I just explained to you I was useful to Mark because I had connections within the NBA. He didn't care about the numerology; he cared about my connections.
You didn't make those connections like through learning
Yeah,
about
but
numerology, or how does?
regardless, he wasn't interested in numerology. I found another way.
I see.
All right. Up next,
Adapt or die, brother. Adapt or die.
up next, we got Nadine. Go ahead, Nadine.
Hey Gary, hey Kat, how are you? Can you hear me okay?
I'm good. What's
Yep,
up, girl?
loud and clear.
Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, so quick question. I'm in my 6th personal month in November, but it's also my enemy month. How can you, like, what do you advise me to work with this energy?
I mean, listen, when you're talking about enemy this or enemy that, just, focus on the year.
Mm-hmm.
And in a 6 month, call your mom and dad a little bit more often. Spend a little bit more time at the house.
They both passed
Those
away,
those seem like
unfortunately.
the best courses of action.
They both passed away, unfortunately.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
You have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have a sister.
Oh, there you go. Go from that one.
Okay. And then what about related to my career? Because I switched my career. And so, I mean, you gave me really amazing tips in our reading back in June, and my TikTok definitely blew up. My Instagram is growing more. I share skincare, wellness tips, and like I need to solidify some brand deals next month. It's not going to happen next month. Like we're going to sign off on everything next month. So like, do you have any advice in navigating that too?
I mean, I've given you a personal reading.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how I am in personal readings. I got to go through a lot of different details. You want your business out there like that? Because I'm gonna have to ask you this and this and this and this.
No. Okay.
But I do know how to fucking work TikTok and all those algorithms, don't I?
You do. You told me what to focus on, and that's what I did. And then it resonated with people.
Happy to hear it, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, listen, I'm waiting to the day, I think 2026, where I'm just gonna retire on top. I'm only gonna do this for that much longer. And again, the content I put out next year is gonna be very, very different than the content I put out this year. You don't expect me to be around OnlyFans fucking whores in 2024 as much as this year. But I'm still gonna go on yachts. So
Awesome. Yeah, I was just okay. So just lay low and like maybe don't really post anything too controversial and like check
yeah,
people's
yeah,
birthdays when I'm doing deals and stuff and all that shit.
of course, of
Okay.
course. You already know what it is, girl.
Okay. Just wanted to check. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Pleasure talking to you. And
You too.
by the way, how would you rate the reading I gave you?
20 out of 10.
There you go, girl. And what would you tell people who would say I manipulated you or I gave you a cold reading and all that shit is bullshit, but I'm just played you somehow? Do you think that's even possible, even 0.1%?
No, absolutely like negative 0%. Like you didn't even know my birthday before we spoke on the phone.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Go out there and crush it, girl.
Thank you, Gary. Thanks, Kat.
You're welcome. You notice how these women actually like me? Women actually like me. It's the whores that fucking I'm the one who I'm offending them. The whores, oh, Gary's so controversial. Oh, you shouldn't judge. Motherfucker, not gonna judge you. Of course I judge everybody. Whenever I see a fucking guy, and again, every fucking guy does this. Whenever they see a guy, they size him up. I think I could take this motherfucker. Every guy listening here knows they do that. You go in the elevator, you see some dude, you're like, yeah, I think I can take this dude. And I'm like, fuck, man, I would not want to get hit by this guy. And again, this that's just the way it is. And if you're a fucking whore, then I think that you should get stoned. But since I can't stone you, I'll shame you. You want to come to me to Saudi Arabia, it might be a different course of action, though.
Up next, I think we got Anthony. Anthony, you've been trying to get in here, and the connection's been acting weird. Can you hear me, Anthony?
Yeah, I can hear you, boss. I can hear you. Thank you so much, man. Gary, how you doing, my man?
Living, bro. What's good?
I'm here, man. Hey, I've been following you for I'd say about a year now, and you've actually helped me out with figuring out, my life. And I was pretty lost. I was dabbling in psychedelics. I used to think that I knew everything, but ever since I've been, exposed to the information, I just want to thank you for, basically helping me out. I got a little bit of stability now, and I kind of overthink about things. But long story short, let me just cut it short because I know you got other people talking. If you need backup for like this Aiden Ross nonsense with the fight, I'll quit my job. I'll fly to Miami.
We're good.
I'll
We're
fight
good.
these dudes. You know what
We're
I'm
good. We're good, brother. We're good, brother. I
saying?
literally got the whole. I'm literally cool with the whole Sunny House Police Department. I highly doubt they're going to be able to do anything like that again to me. I'm,
Yeah.
listen, dude. I just make sure that if you hit me, I'm gonna fucking choke slam you.
Right.
But I'm not gonna hit you first.
Right.
I don't do that. That's how snakes are, man. What do you think a rattlesnake is? It fucking rattles. It says, "Yo, this is a warning. Stay the fuck away from me."
Yep.
You
For
know,
sure. For sure.
stay the fuck away from me. Again, Zerka's not that fucking mad about being swatted. Neither was Heel Mike. They're not that mad about it because they've been in this game for a while. They're used to this. I'm not a streamer. I'm not part of this, and that's very, very disrespectful for me. If someone will fucking do that to me, so yeah, we're gonna spend like probably $100K on fucking a class action lawsuit, and we're gonna see where this goes. And if the 100K isn't enough, then the billionaire is gonna step up and pay the rest. And my billionaire has more money than Eddie's stake, so we'll go from there. It's one thing to have 1 billion. Let me tell you something. If you have $1 billion, you're not really a mover and shaker. You got to be at least in the 11-figure range. You got to have at least 10 to have any real fucking power. You have plenty of fucking crypto nerds who have fucking $1 billion. They end up dying in Puerto Rico usually, but it is what it is.
Okay. Okay. And just one more thing before I go. I'm a six life path. Apparently, this was supposed to be a good year for me, and next year's supposed to be a good year for me. How should I maneuver through
Who
this?
said it's going to be a good year? What's your birthday?
My birthday is August 28th, 1990. Excuse me, 1995.
August 28th, 1995. Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, I wouldn't particularly look at this year and say it was supposed to be a good year for you.
Yeah, it has been rough for me.
And it's probably been rough since after your birthday, hasn't it?
Yes, it's been very rough,
Oh,
especially at work.
yeah.
It's been
Yeah,
very stressful. I'm trying to
shocking.
yeah.
Shocking. Matthew Perry just died in the 7-year cycle, and you're in the 7-year cycle.
Yeah.
Some more free information that you guys would have never knew without me, but I leaked that about 10 years ago, so it's okay to say that. When you're in 7-year cycles, bad things happen with health. Bad things happen with money. Matthew Perry is a perfect example. 7-year cycle, and he's in his enemy year. So am I shocked that he died? No. I probably would have put that shit as 50-50 if I knew he was vaccinated. Probably was 70 fucking 30. So listen, it comes down to this. If you don't believe in numerology and astrology, go play Russian roulette because you're worthless. And you know what? I remember I told this one numerologist, this fucking cunt named Allison, that even when I get famous, I was gonna fucking trash her the rest of her life. I was going to make sure that all the fucking numerologists coming up always knew that Allison was trash. I've kept that promise. I fucking trashed her in so many fucking interviews, but I kept my word. I kept her name alive. Just to fucking trash her. And that's exactly what, I feel the same way about a lot. If these numerologists and these astrologers and all these other ones, these people are a fucking joke, man. They're a joke. And you know what the funniest thing is? These people who think they can learn stuff online, like Destiny's number or Heart's Desires number, and think that that's all misinfo. Or the people who are fucking buying the PSYOP book that I put out there, and people who are frauds are trying to sell it saying that shit's real. 4 is the number of wealth. Are you out your fucking mind? 4 is the number of wealth. I mean, listen, that PSYOP was written by a 33, so it definitely did its magic. But I'm very happy that the people who tried to steal from me have misinformation, and no matter what I say, they're going to think it's real, then I'm trying to hide it. I'm so happy that the people who are crooks, they're going to fucking learn the wrong shit and they're going to fail in life. Because, numerology is kind of like building a house. If you don't have the basics down, the right friend and enemy combination, you can't build on top of it. If you don't have that foundation level correct, you cannot build anything on top of it. And because these dumb fucks don't know what real friends and enemies numbers are, and they'll never be able to figure out. Never. It comes down to this. Because they don't know that shit, everything else that they fucking come up with is going to be fucking hog shit. Everything else these people come up with is going to be straight up fucking hog shit. These are facts. Straight up facts. So the people who try to fucking steal from me and then they talk shit for me like, oh, we got your info. Nah, you got a fucking cancer. And that's what you get for fucking trying to steal from me. You think you're going to fucking get over on me? Nah. You got a fucking better chance of fucking dying than fucking ever fucking coming over on me. What's up, brother? What's up? How we doing today? What's up? Everything going good? No, I'm just talking shit on Spaces, brother. And you want to say hi to 500 people?
500 people. If you don't fuck with Gary GG33, you're not in the right matrix. Don't even be on this call if you don't fuck with Gary, all right? That's all I got to say.
And when I gave you a birthday reading, was kind of accurate, right?
My birthday reading was more accurate than the shit you take every morning.
It is what it is, brother. Hold on. How are we looking at that other thing without going into detail? Okay. Outstanding, brother.
Hopefully be approved by Tuesday, Wednesday latest.
Sounds good, brother. Oh, yeah, but it's not yet. Until you wake up, it's not really Monday. Gotcha.
So,
okay, well,
I just want to stay up with you, let you know everything's good, and give you an update soon.
All right, brother. Good night, man. Much appreciated.
We're supposed to be at a circus.
What happened?
They were trying to like.
Okay, don't talk too much. We got 500 people. Don't talk too much. Hey, brother, he's in his element. Well, let the painter paint. Let the painter paint. Anyways, we're gonna take a few more and then we're gonna shut this shit down. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, man. Cat, get like 3 more people because I see 3 hands up. And then there's always gonna be someone like, oh, I waited all this time and I couldn't talk to you. Yeah, I mean, shit, what do you want me to do? Fucking, do this fucking shit all night, man? I mean, I got fucking, kids to fucking take to school in the morning. Plus, I gotta get some sleep. I gotta smoke my blunt. I mean, it is what it is, guys. So, 3 people. Who are we talking to, Kat?
We're going with Mushan Khan. Mushan Khan, go ahead.
All right, good evening, everyone. How's it going? Been following for about a year now, I believe.
So what's going on, brother?
Just want to say, times are crazy and whatnot. Basically, want to get, piggyback off your points, with good values, doing these type of things. You know how you said if you cheat on your wife and basically someone, it comes out sickness in your child. I actually know someone who, few people who were cheating on their significant other. Unfortunately, not friends with them anymore. But they had dreams of their, child going through certain issues and whatnot, and that ended up happening. But long story short, basically keep your morals and values right, and you will, I think, do well in this world. And yeah, basically just had a little bit to say, but if you want to give me some advice on my birthday or whatnot.
Let me add on that. If you were born, unless you're born on the 19th, if you were born with some kind of defects or, maybe you have, what do they call it? Autism, or if you were born with a foot problem and it can't heal, or a bad heart, um, you know, it's highly likely your mother was a whore. It is what it is. Don't get mad at the messenger. And I'm gonna take this red pill comment to a whole new level, because none of these red pill guys ever talk like me. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm healthy. My kids are perfectly healthy. Um, I don't have problems like that. I mean, it just boggles my mind that someone would have sex with someone knowing that it could affect their child in a negative way. That's just horrible to me. I mean, you talk about fucking stoning people. That's if a man is going out there sleeping with fucking whores and his kids are getting sick because of it. Yeah, I'm not opposed to the man getting stoned either. But if the man has no child, do whatever the fuck you want, dude. I don't give a fuck, man. A woman cannot do whatever the fuck she wants, because women have kids, and kids raised in poverty are a detriment to society. Men do not have that problems, so it is what it is. I hope that helps answer some people's questions.
All right. Up next, we got NKC. Go ahead.
All right, appreciate you. Good choice, by the way. So
okay, NKC is not with us. We're gonna go with.
Oh, you can't hear me? Radio check.
I can hear him. I can hear him. I can hear him.
Oh, okay. Right.
Radio check. Radio check. Okay, perfect. Yeah. If Gary offended you, he meant to. So yeah, I was gonna say. You said earlier. About the DNA in women's brains, literally the sperm in the brain. It's a unique highlight. And you also referenced Matthew 15 and 26 earlier, but he answered and said, "It is not to take the children's bread and to cast it to the dogs." I like that. I also liked that a central topic about focusing on the expertise of about basically kind of like why like this whole new whoredom is basically leading to not polygamy, but kind of essentially bigamy, which is fucked up. And
it's gonna lead to an increase in Islam. Is what it's gonna lead to.
Right. And I was wondering if you were familiar with the Basilicon Doron, and then finally talking about you mentioned something about reminded me of Kevin Samuel before he died. He recommended dating women with no social media. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I don't give a fuck about social media. My wife has a social media. I don't give a fuck about that, dude. Listen, guys. Women are different than men. If a woman is extremely attractive, she actually enjoys seeing guys look at her, and it kind of even gives them energy to a point. Doesn't mean they have to be fucking naked to do it. There's some women who can put on a dress and still look bad. But I don't believe this shit that these red pill guys say. Hey, if she's posting bikini pictures, she's gonna cheat. How about they like looking at themselves in the bikini? No, dude. I don't believe every woman who has a large OnlyFans is a whore. I mean, listen, a lot of these like that girl Sarah who was hanging around Sneeko. Sneeko didn't hit that shit. But everyone thinks he did. I'm not bashing, anyone here. It's just like when a guy's around the girl, all of a sudden there's rumors that he's hitting it. That's not necessarily the case. As a matter of fact, I've seen a lot of these OnlyFans women around their managers, and everyone thinks their manager's hitting, and they're friend zoned. So it's not always like that.
Well, what about in the case of that chick I didn't know she was my enemy sign, but when I learned from you that you shouldn't sleep with your enemy sign, it all clicked to me that I was like, oh yeah, no, Gary's right. Because my enemy sign, she went behind my back and made an OnlyFans. Didn't tell me, but that's what an enemy sign would do. So that's
She
why
didn't respect you. That's why she did it.
right. I also I agree. That chick did not respect me at all.
And by the way, guys, I think I found the perfect way to open OnlyFans without exploiting women. I found the perfect way to. I think I'm gonna start next week. I'm gonna open 10 OnlyFans accounts with 10 different girls, except they won't be girls. They'll be fucking AI images of fucking girls. I want to see if that will work. I want to see if these beta bitches will actually pay for AI generated pictures of women. And from what I've seen, they will. These pathetic fucking men who you can't even call them men. You can't they don't deserve to be called men. These pathetic little boys who are older 18 who are fucking 20 and 30 and they're still fucking boys and they're fucking paying for OnlyFans. They don't give a fuck if it's an AI picture. Those type of men should not be in society.
That's that's so funny, man. That's kind of like, it reminds me of like a Playboy magazine, but like the boy is like flipping to the cartoons and getting hard off that, basically. And that's kind of what it is, basically, at that point.
Yeah, it is. I have no idea how to fix this society without bloodshed. I have no idea how to fix this thing. I've started over and over and over, and there's literally no way. The first thing that needs to happen is these women and their sexual liberation needs to be held in check. And if women get out of line, stones are coming out. The beta males, they need to start being organ donors. There's nothing good comes from a beta male. They have all the negative qualities of a female and none of the positive qualities of a man. A beta male is always passive aggressive, just like a woman. A beta male is jealous. A beta male will fucking get emotional, but they won't stand up. They won't fight. So they have all the negatives, qualities of a woman, but none of the positive qualities of a man. And I mean, listen, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was running around, there would be a lot of people in different positions. If you have a low IQ, you don't have a right to have kids. Why would society allow low IQ people to reproduce? So they can have low IQ offspring who are probably gonna, bring into criminality because that's what low IQ people do. They're not just good at capitalists. They want socialism. Low IQ women and not just women, but low IQ people in total, they want big daddy government to take care of them. That's a problem. And a lot of these beta males, see, it's difficult because the beta males come from the single mothers, which means, whores again. So it all goes back to feminism and stuff like that. But what do you do about these beta males? Like, what do you actually do about them? And that's where we get into stuff where I'm not sure if it's appropriate for spaces. I think you guys understand what I'm talking about. If I say my favorite movie is The Purge, you know, it makes sense, but beta males are never loyal. Beta males, I would say if 83% of women aren't loyal, 90% of beta males aren't loyal. A beta male will turn on a lifelong friend for some pussy he had the other day. A beta male will be scared to jump in if 3 people are jumping you. He might just sit back and watch and say, "Oh my God, that was horrible. Sorry that happened to you." That's what a beta. I've there's never been a situation in my life where my boy got jumped right by me and I didn't do something about it. Now, there was one situation in prison, and I was about 20 years old. I you go from when you're in jail, you go from county jail to your to an intake institution to your basically the institution you end up with. So you basically go through 3. And when you go into the first from county to the first intake institution, you basically are stuck in your cell for 23 hours a day, and you have a roommate or a bunkie. You bond with someone no matter what. You're gonna bond with someone over a month if you're in a room with them and it's close contact. To have someone to talk to. I remember me and him had a paper bag and a pen, and we made a chess set out of it. You literally drew the chess set in a paper bag, and we had a Q for queen and a king for a K for king, and stuff like that. And we played chess like that. And I bonded with this guy, and then we went to our pair institution, and it was minimum security, and it was a dorm-like setting, and within 2 days, he was someone's bitch, and I went up to the guy, and I'm like, "Yo, dude, what the fuck? Fight back, do something. What are you gonna do? Hold your ankles your whole life? Fight back." And I went to the bathroom, and 3 big dudes ran up on me, and they had shanks. And they basically said, "Listen, you're a small timer," which means I don't have much time in there, like 3-6 months. That they really don't want to fuck with people like that because they're leaving soon. But they said, "If you ever fuck with my property again, I'm gonna kill you." They basically said that was their property, and I looked in their eyes. They meant it. At that point, I'm like, fuck it. What am I going to do? He's the one who fucking sucking dick, not me. So, that's the one time someone ran up on me, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But other than that, nothing like that's ever happened before.
You kind of gave me an idea for it. Should probably paywall this information I'm about to say, but like basically that in court, if you want to win your kids as a man, you have to claim them as your biological property. That's the only way you'll win in court. That's the only argument you have left is that they belong to you. Other than that, you have nothing.
Brother, I should have fucking paywalled a lot more stuff than I actually did. But it bothers me that some of the people that I've given the free information to, basically start selling the free information to other people, and then they start fucking telling me that they used to be GG33 members, but they're posting misinformation. Listen, if you're out there, don't trust any of these numerologists. If they do know something, they fucking know the same shit you do. That you can learn it off my fucking free content. The advanced stuff I know, I think it's very safe to say that no one besides the Rothschilds and maybe people in that level know. Would you say the same thing, Kat? Okay, that alley-oop didn't work too well.
He was there. He just tapped his mic and off again. I think that was a yes.
Gotcha. Okay, so we got it.
She but yeah, that shit used to drive me crazy though when the Rothschilds and or just like false flags in general. My mind used to be like schizopilled by like what does all these numbers mean? Da, 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 da. And like reading all these books and stuff, like it really does make you crazy because not it's all inconsistent. So unless you like, you're the first guy to make sense of all of it to me.
100%. I got men into this. I'm the first person in history who got men into this because I made sense. I got Muslims into this. I got all sorts of people into this. So fuck yeah, I'm the godfather of numerology. And fuck yeah, because I'm the one who built up the audience, I decide who's going to be the numerologist of the future and who's not. So all the people I put on, they're going to be the numerologists of the future. The people who are going against me, I'll delete you. I've already got rid of some of you guys. That pig was talking mad shit, weren't they? They were talking mad shit. What happened? You got deleted, bitch. So, you know, it is what it is. But if it's not GG33, don't trust them. There are some people who built like little mini apps based off the free information, and they put the stuff out there, but they've paid homage to GG33, so I don't go after them. It's the people who make it sound like they figured all this stuff out themselves. Those are the people I'm coming for.
Yeah, man, I've got a lot of hate from people like they're this basically low life pieces of shit. Now that I think about it, that they would do anything. Now that I got into this information, just the free stuff you put out, just the fact that I'm around this information, they lie about me, all types of shit. So I know exactly how you must feel about these people, and I know my own.
The difference between me and you is when I have the opportunity, I'm going to do something about it. And I play for keeps. I let people know this. I want people to know who they're dealing with. Okay, and Andrew Tate, I haven't forgot about you. I haven't forgot about you at all. If you ever get out of Romania, I'll come see. I mean, I still have the email, the not emails, the DMs with him and Tate, where I offered to fly out to Russia, and it'll be my crew versus his crew, and we'll see what happens. He never took me up on that. I am the one guy he will never fucking say my name again. Why? Not because he doesn't want to give me clout. Believe me, if he thought he could fucking take me apart, he would. I'm the one guy he went after who hit him back. And now Aiden Ross is going to find out the same thing that Andrew Tate. As a matter of fact, Aiden, you should call up Andrew and call up that little who runs the war room, Luke, who's their cousin, and that fucking fake 33 Jew who they have in there, who's a hypnotist. Ask him about me. Oh, by the way, did you guys know that Andrew Tate used to have a big account called Morpheus Resists? It was his biggest fan account, 500,000 followers. Why don't you guys go to that account now? It's GG33. I'll even tell you a funny story. Dylan Madden, some of you guys might know who he is. He's one of Tate's flunkies. Well, that's one of the people Tate stole from me. Dylan was in GG33 for a short amount of time. He was never in gold or anything, but he was in bronze. And I still have videos of him saying, "Wow, this is the best information ever." I've never went after him for it, but Dylan Madden was one of the people that Tate stole away from. AJ Cortez and Chris Johnson. He basically took 3 of those people away from me. And what do you think I did as soon as I took that account away from him? I sent it to Dylan. I'm like, that's what I had to do to make up for it. So when you were taking people away from me, I was in my enemy year, 2019. But now I'm taking people away from you. And basically, fuck you, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm just so Well, that's one of the things, some people like things about themselves. Some people like the fact that they're so smart. And again, I'm intelligent. I really like that. Some people like the fact that, they have six packs or, they're great athletes. They're very funny. They're good under pressure. There's a lot of things people like about themselves. One of the things I like about myself, petty as hell. I'm petty as hell. And people should learn I'm the wrong one. And some of these people who are about to go to war with me, they're really, really gonna end up getting hurt because of it. And listen, if you see what happened to my enemies list of powerful people, Aiden Ross is next. It didn't have to be this way. I literally haven't even been, saying anything to him since I moved here. Not much, tweet here, but nothing really bad or anything like that. But you got me swatted, motherfucker. Ooh, now I feel I'm obligated to do something about it, and I will. I'll take two more, and then we'll get out of here. Bando, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Gary? I feel like this is you're probably the only person I can talk to about this. But I've been dating the same girl for about 5 years now, and turns out she's been my enemy sign. But it's just been kind of crazy because I seen on TikTok the other day, there's some little
All
news
you
reporter.
guys be finding me from TikTok and shit like that. By the way, how much different is TikTok Gary from Twitter Gary?
It's definitely night and day. I mean, it's little clips and stuff are on TikTok. This is more
Listen, on TikTok, I don't really, I don't even, the worst I can do is say like whore or something like that, but I don't really go into, too many topics. I, keep it pretty basic and stuff like that. But when you guys actually find me on Twitter, you hit the jackpot because
right.
now it's me unfiltered.
Unfiltered, right? Yeah. Usually and so I've been suspended on TikTok like 8 times, so I definitely understand. You
Yeah,
got to
well,
keep it real
again,
quick.
we were getting suspended, and I never got suspended, but we had some. I had my 9/11 video got taken down by TikTok. I'm like, are you guys kidding me? You took down the 9/11 video, but the thing about TikTok, I have my 700K account, and I have a whole bunch of other accounts who are run by affiliates, and they have over 100K. I just got a hold of 1.3 million YouTube I'll be using in November. I have my own YouTube that's 127K. I have another one that's 15. So,
Yeah, I've seen them all.
yeah, we're putting in work, man. The only place I have a small account is on Twitter. Because I mean, literally, when I see some of these people, Nick Hilton, and stuff like that, that they have bigger followings than me, it's almost offensive. And I'm not, pointing out to Nick. I'm pointing out to 99% of the people who have, more followings than me. It's like, unless you're the president of the United States or you're some superstar athlete or you're really famous, why do you have a bigger following than me? But I mean, I know why, because I got suspended 18 times. If I wasn't suspended
Yeah.
18 times, I have a bigger account than Sneeko.
Right. And speaking of suspended, I got suspended for dissing your boy Aiden Ross the other day because he decided to say the N word, and I couldn't rock with him no more. I actually liked the kid for a while.
I say the N word.
That's funny.
I say it.
Oh yeah.
So let me
Yeah.
ask you
I
something.
mean,
Let me
publicly, you
hold
say it
on, hold
publicly
on.
though. So you say it publicly on a regular basis.
When I'm
Or
around
not?
my people, when I'm running around people, yeah.
But you say it publicly though, like
I
on the
try.
internet.
I
Have
know.
you ever said it on
I'll
TikTok?
say.
Have you ever said it on YouTube?
No, of course not.
Of course, so yeah, it's different.
Well, I mean, listen. I'll let me ask you one question, and this is the
Right.
question I always ask people who say, white people can't say this or whatever. Um, it, uh, bitch ass n. Okay, since I don't want to
Right.
really go into it, so bitch ass n.
Right.
If if I call someone, a white person or a black person, a bitch ass N, are you
Right.
telling me that only black people can be bitch ass N's and white people can't?
Well, no, that's the truth. I honestly, sometimes I
Okay.
do call white people the N word. So yeah,
Okay,
of
so
course.
if a white person can be a bitch ass N, why can't white people say that stuff too? Because I mean, half the
Well, it's
time I'm
just
saying that, half the time I'm saying that word,
mhm.
I'm talking to white people.
Right. Well, but
Uh, uh,
obviously there's a history. It's just different that
no,
it's
no, no,
something
no.
that he said
But,
publicly, and he has a
but,
large platform. You know what I'm saying?
I got you, dude. But
You feel me?
he knows nothing's gonna happen to him. He's on
Of
kick.
course.
Nothing's gonna happen to him. I'm connected to
Right.
politicians, so I have to watch my mouth.
Right.
Because I don't want to, and I've slipped with that word every now and then,
Yeah, I
too,
mean
and stuff
everybody
like that.
does. You know, it's not
So
the that's not the problem.
but
It's just
but here's the
you know what
thing.
I'm saying. It's the
If me
publicity.
and you, if me and you were hanging out, I'm gonna say, "What's up, my N?" And
Yeah, and I'm
if that
that's cool.
if that's
Yeah.
offensive to you, then
No, 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 no.
I know
That's not.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you exactly the same thing. I went to Jack Doherty's house, and he has black security guards.
Yeah.
And I look at, I said this and this. And I look at him like, does that word offend you? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, sorry, it offends you, but I'm still gonna fucking say whatever the fuck I want. And he wasn't very happy about that. But at the end of the day, me and him are smoking a blunt together. So
Right.
certain people can say it, and the reason
Right.
I can say it is because I grew up in the hood, bro. I was literally called an N more than my name. So
Right. Yeah, of
no
course.
one's gonna tell me what.
Every black community
Mm,
has that
yeah,
white guy
no
in
one's
the
gonna tell me
neighborhood.
what I can and can't say. But I will tell you this: I never say it with the ER at the end.
Right. And
No,
that's
no,
good.
no, no, no,
But
no.
what I'm saying, all I'm saying is that I got suspended literally because I like made a reaction video of him saying it right on TikTok, and just like their little mob just got
I'm
you. You just
assuming
got
you're.
swatted, right?
I'm
You got
assuming
swatted, right?
you're. Yeah. I'm assuming you're
Exactly.
black or Latino.
Yeah, I'm black. Yeah, I'm a
Okay,
black man.
so but there's some black people who are really really dark who say if you're
Mhm.
light skinned you can't say that word.
Yeah, no, that's a whole different topic of conversation. Like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
like it's okay if it's okay if we friends, like if we know each other, that's cool. Like, but what I'm saying is, it's just I was reacting to a video. I was doing some reaction videos, came
but
across the video.
you
I was
you really
disappointed.
you really
I
shouldn't
was
allow
disappointed.
that word. You really shouldn't allow that word to upset you because
No,
I
it
mean
doesn't. That's what I'm saying. It's just
no,
his level
because
of fame is what I'm trying to tell you.
it does upset you if certain people say it.
They got
It
my
does upset you.
video taken down. That's why I'm upset about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I get that. I
The
get that.
Aiden
Well,
mob that got you swatted took down my video, and then that's what I'm
these
saying.
people, these people are going to get dealt with. And by the way,
Right.
most his fans are, little white beta homosexual kids
Exactly.
who have a keyboard and.
Right.
If you ever have you noticed this thing has been open for what 2-3 hours? Have I had one critic come up here? Have I had
No, not
one
at all.
person come up here talk shit to me?
No, yeah, that's why
No.
this is a better platform for you, of course, than TikTok.
Yeah. I personally don't even like TikTok, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't even like TikTok, but it is what it is. It's like if you're a creator on TikTok, you need to make 1 minute long videos, and if you
Mm-hmm.
make minute long videos and they get over 1 million views, you get 1,000 cash.
Oh yeah, I don't even care about creating videos anymore. All these platforms are kind of screwed. But
Mhm.
the real reason why I wanted to talk to you is just because you ever see this video about like just how they talk about men and women, right? Of course, a man is going to be able to take a woman that say is about 80% perfect, but women would never take a man that's less than 100% perfect, right? And that's what they were talking about in this, little news article that I seen, or maybe a little TikTok video. But the reason why I'm
Mhm.
saying that is because I kind of have an enemy signed girlfriend that's been my girlfriend for 5 years, very loyal, very great, and she's about 80% perfect. So I kind of been like sitting back on trying to marry her or have kids, mainly because of what you told me. What I've heard from you. I'm sorry.
What is your sign? What is her sign?
I'm a rooster. She's a cat.
Yeah.
But when
Listen,
I say 80% of this,
roosters and cats are very, very attracted to each other.
well then that makes sense.
They're extremely attracted to each other.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Especially the eyes. That's probably what she likes about you the most, your eyes and shit like that.
I mean, yeah, I could say, yeah.
Yeah, and without going too much detail and stuff like that, make sure it's not lust, brother. Make sure it's not lust, because that's usually what it is between enemy signs.
She cooks, she cleans.
Yeah, well, she's a rooster, right?
No, she's the cat.
Oh, she's the cat. Okay, she's the cat, and she cooks and cleans.
She cooks, she cleans, she's smart. She helps me just enough. That's why I say she's 80% perfect, because it's like this. There's that enemy sign chunk. I feel like that's what it has to be
And the body
about.
count. And the body count.
Very low, very low. I'm talking had to have been less than 3 before me. 3 at the most, and I can verify because I've been dating her since she was 19. So, and I'm about 5-6 years older than her.
Listen, Jennifer Aniston's a rooster, and she was with Brad Pitt, a cat. And then, Angela Jolie, another cat, came along and took Brad Pitt away from, so, you just got to know, if you're with your enemy sign, things like that could happen no matter how much you guys love each other.
Right. So you think somebody can take my bid? You think that could be a possibility?
Yes.
Dang. Well, you heard it.
Listen. Maybe she'll never run into that dude.
I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, she's a very traditional girl, but at the end of the day, you can't predict everything in the Matrix, right? I mean,
you make good money.
Decent. No, this has been a terrible. You know, I'm a rooster. It's been terrible.
I got you. But like,
I've always been good.
You're making money. You got a job. You're a hardworking man. You know how to hustle. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What would happen if all your money went away? Would she still be there?
Yeah, exactly. And she would, 100%. Not even. So
wait a second. So wait a second. Your girl would still be there 100% if you were broke.
Yeah, I truly believe that. Yeah, because I've already kind of put her through that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
roosters are very loyal, and you're probably looking in your eyes, trying to think everyone's as loyal. That's just not the case, bro.
Right. True. That's true. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 80%, but Gary, it's 80% perfect girl. Why wouldn't I marry an 80% perfect girl? Of course, a girl wouldn't marry an 80% perfect guy.
She's your enemy sign. That's why, bro.
Yeah. Then I can respect that. I wanted to hear your opinion on
it. I mean, listen, dude. I like women a certain way, and some of those pig bitches, which is my enemy sign, look that way. Very, very attracted to shit like that. And I've learned to say no for that shit even before I was fucking married.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you call the Matrix trap. If you want to, use folklore, then you could say that's the devil's trap. He's trying to trap you with your enemy sign.
That's
You're
true.
not supposed to have sex with your enemy sign under any circumstances.
Man, I mean,